Hey, Gary. How come I cannot hear you? Mr. Brady Boo! Right on time. Hey, Gary, I still can't hear you. I still can't hear you. Even the people in the in the chat right now is thinking, "What the hell are you doing?"
Can you hear me now?
Now I can. Holy shit! What the hell are you
What the
doing?
fuck? I didn't push the mute button. I pushed the mute button a few times, man.
You
and
fucking idiot!
Can you hear me now? Testing. 1, 2, 3.
Yes, I hear you talking to that big black dildo.
Uh-huh. All right. I just want to say one thing. I know you gentlemen have been through a lot this winter. But when you find the time, I'd rather not spend this winter tied to this fucking couch. John Carpenter's The Thing. One of my all-time favorite horror movies.
It's my favorite horror remake of all time.
Yeah, same here. That, The Fly, or The Ring.
Oh, yeah.
Invasion of the Body Snatchers.
That's a good one.
Uh-huh. But anyways, greetings one and all, everybody. Welcome back to another exciting episode of Flicks with the Dicks. This is episode number 61, and we are now moving into the 60s episodes. Whoop-de-fucking-do. Before we begin and do my muffling, I'm sure you all noticed I got a new toy. Brought myself a Blue Yeti microphone. And I want to ask all of you, how do I sound with this thing?
Good. You sound like shit. So good.
That's good.
Perfect. Yeah, it sounds like it sounds great.
Yeah.
And my ears are stuffed too, and I can still hear it fine.
Good. But anyways, ladies and gentlemen, I'm glad to be here somewhat.
Somewhat.
Not really. I'd rather be off here sitting in my chair relaxing, but we'll do the show anyway. But as for tonight's episode, we really don't have much of a big lineup with stuff. These guys don't, because there's already one thing that everybody, I'm sure, is already looking forward to.
Well, first of all, dickhead, this has been building up for such a long fucking time. And second, it's the reason why Brady Boo wanted to do this series in the first place.
Steak's good, man. But anyways.
Hey, juice.
Medium rare or well done. That's how I like my steaks.
I like my steak medium.
Oh, boy. See, Brett gets it.
I do my steak medium well.
But anyway, medium well done, you dumb shit.
Yeah, that's how I do my steaks. That's how my steak was cooked. But for this particular episode, since this is episode number 61, starting off this bullshit, blah, 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 blah. You all know what the deal is. As for some of my topics that I got planned for you all, majority of the shit is folks given a lot of stuff. So I'm just gonna look through it all quickly as I possibly can and see what we got. I'm glad none of it's videos. If it's videos, then oh dear. So here's what I'm gonna be going over: the 20 best horror movies of the last 20 years.
What the hell are you doing, Gary?
A little news on The Conjuring 3. Actually, no, excuse me. I take that back. Not The Conjuring 3. A bit of the new Annabelle movie, because a certain duo is supposed to come back and reprise their role, which really caught my interest.
Hey, Gary. Matt Montana has a great question. He goes, I wonder how Gary will release his farts and possibly more stink pickles with that new mic.
That's simple. You know what I can do? Because with the settings here, I can just switch it to my headset microphone. If I got a fart, I'll just pop below from the headset mic, then switch it back. Simple.
Oh, my God.
Easy as a piece of pie. But for this case, another thing I'm going to go over, one of the news on Collider. This is what Alex Meyer gave me. Every John Carpenter movie ranked from worst to best. Also, Victor gave me the Annabelle 3 news. And Justin, I give him the credit first for the horror film.
People are hoping you get in your episode.
Man, why does everybody want me to fucking poop myself in every single?
Because it's fucking funny. That's why.
It is funny. So, as for that, there's a bit of news about the about Bohemian Rhapsody that he's supposed to well, actually, that's all I can say is there's a bit of news with Bohemian Rhapsody. So we're gonna go over that and so on and so forth with what we're gonna be doing in this episode. So that right there is all my topics of what I'm gonna be discussing. And
Wreck-It Gary.
yeah, that's all I can really say about that. So those are my 4 topics, nothing new. Now, as for the lineup of the show, I'll be going first. Get my shit out of the way. Then we'll get right into what everybody's looking forward to.
You know what everyone's looking forward to.
For me, though, I'm not, because I'm just an asshole.
Because you are an asshole!
The only thing I'm looking forward to is eating a steak here. That's it.
Yeah, you selfish fuck.
Yeah, man, I know. So, that's all I can really say about that. Nothing new or interesting except I know you folks have been getting blown up with from the channel with the 31 Days of Halloween Movie Mayhem. I apologize. It's not been on a schedule because everybody knows the reason. When I'm on my weekends, that's when I get the time to actually worry about YouTube. So that's it. What else do I have to address? I really got nothing else to say except by the holidays come around, got a couple of videos we're gonna be doing on side, maybe lists, skits, whatever.
Yeah, Halloween. That's what your fat ass meat needs anymore is sugar and candy.
Yeah, I haven't done a skit in a while. So I really got nothing more to address. So
good, be quiet.
The only thing I can say is this microphone be using a lot more, especially for this program to prevent feedback and all the other bullshit because you can't get it with this microphone.
Yeah, no shit, especially coming from your end, ass.
So no more feedback, and that's it. Also, episode 60, that's doing really well so far. We haven't had an episode that done really well in quite a while, and episode 60 is doing really extravagant.
Except for like episode 56, but there's a reason behind that though.
Well, yeah, but with a lot of the episodes, episode 59 did really well. That's done.
And then you had that episode that was split into 2 parts because of the power went out. But still, if you had those 2 together, it still did very well. So.
Oh yeah, so 59 surprisingly is doing really well. I forgot what happened in that episode, but it's doing really well, and I'm quite happy with that. And episode number 60 is doing well. I'm glad a lot of these episodes are doing well, and I really got nothing else to say.
Good,
so, gentlemen, do your thing. I just want to eat my food.
Yeah, eat your food. Stuff your face, you fat fuck. Brady Boo!
You know, normally when I do my introductions, it's always like something like, you know, something crazy or something zany or some shit like that, but not this time because we're gonna later today's episode we're gonna go over something. You know, we're gonna finish up this Halloween marathon leading up to the new movie with something incredibly special.
Oh, who's Cameo?
And all I gotta say about this movie is, I'm so sorry about what I said to you, Halloween Resurrection.
Now you understand my beef with this fucking movie.
I did see this movie before, and rewatched it for this special thing. My God. Just so you know, I never saw the theatrical cut. I only saw the unrated cut, but I'm not going to bother watching the theatrical cut because this one is just as painful as it already is. Oh, and I also got some Blu-rays, but that's all I got because I want to keep the main focus on that, you know.
Yep. And a lot of people say the new Halloween movie is pretty freaking awesome. Gary, be quiet.
I'm not doing anything.
Quit fucking with your bullshit. I don't want to hear you bullshitting. You stubborn fucking mule.
I'm actually not stubborn.
Take it away, Jerome. Do your introduction.
I had the pleasure of going back and watching not only a film I consider to be the worst horror film, but the worst remake I think I've ever seen in my life. and arguably the worst sequel.
And tell him what back in 2009. What was your worst movie in 2009 prior to that movie?
It was the Twilight Saga: New Moon, a movie I didn't think nothing was topping. And then I get to this shit. Now, Rob Zombie's Halloween 1 was atrocious. Of course, there was a couple things that did work. For example, Malcolm McDowell was the best thing about the movie.
And as well as his interactions with Michael as a young boy in the insane asylum.
And then we get to this movie. Folks, if you want the definition of fucking white trash torture porn, this is it. And the differences is between this and the theatrical cut, this one is not only so much longer, it's so much worse. And the ending is completely different. And wow. Folks, this took me nearly 5 fucking hours to finish. I have 3,000 words of notes. This is going to be hell. And then some.
Oh, you think I had a pleasant time rewatching this garbage?
Yeah.
No, of course not.
And you're not only going to get 1, but 2 rants from me today. Because I saw a little film called Night School.
I'm eating.
Yeah, you keep stuff in your fucking face, you marshmallow prick. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to episode 61 of... You sound like a little piglet. This little piggy went to the market. This little piggy went to the mall. Gary. He sounds like a piglet. Oink, oink, oink. It's because of what I said to him that caught him off guard. Carl Weezer says, Miss Piggy is Gary.
No, that's someone else. No, that's someone else.
Please turn that into a GIF. Yes, please do. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to this episode, level 61, the Halloween 2, 4 Horsemen of the Apocalypse review / rant of Flicks with the Dex, introducing the young, yes, Mr. Garrison, and Super Mario fan, 03 Bright Career, who's going to be joining me, who had the distinct pleasure of seeing this again, to catch up on old times, and all I gotta say is this: a white fucking horse.
We're gonna save our anger for that later.
I like horses.
Yeah, because you look like a fucking mule. You and Lucas have something in common.
Well, thing is, mules can be handsome. Llamas, on the other hand, look like penises.
Yeah, mules could be handsome in front of other mules.
Yeah, explains. You know what? I am a mule because I am a stubborn ass.
Who would have thought that Rob Corddry and Michael Shannon would work together? I'm more like Michael Chiklis. After that, I have the sugar list, and weekend box office. Let's go ahead, Mr. Gap Bear, because I'm just gonna save my energy for what's to come.
You know what, the name Sugarless, it reminds me of that song from that old cartoon, The Archies?
Of course it has to be fucking music.
Sugar, do 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 do. Oh, honey, honey. Oh, that song.
God damn, I was about to mute you, you motherfucker.
See, I know one better. Just
Lucas looks like a turkey, so it makes sense that Gary looked like a mule. Tom is quoting something from Pan again. I love it.
It makes sense to me. All right, so ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, we are back here doing our program.
Wait, excuse me. How can I help you? You want me to shut it? Shut the window? Do you want me to shut it? Shut my mouth? How can I shut my mouth? I'm doing a show. I'm busy here. I don't give a fuck too. I'm working here. What was that? Get out of here. I don't want to hear your shit. I'm telling you. I'm going to shove this bottle so far up your keister.
You know, I find it funny how you guys are working with me on this thing, yet I'm not even paying yours.
Would you be quiet?
You know what? I should pay is give you both 2 pennies a day.
Wait, who was that, Jerome? Oh, that was my mom. Hey, shut up! Shut up! See, that's what he needs to do with that big black cock in front of him is to, swallow so he can shut the fuck. Be quiet, Gary. Yes, thank you.
All right. So, anyways, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, before we get to the fun topics of that I got planned for you, which is the horror ones, I want to get this particular one out of the way. We're going to talk about the music, and that is my most anticipated film of the whole entire remainder of the year, and everybody wants to see and Matt Montana wants to see a slideshow, Gary. Boy, I'm looking at the chat. Everyone's calling me a fucking pig right now. I ain't no pig, except.
No, you're not a pig. You're a fucking jackass donkey.
Hey, how's it going, man? Good to see you in the chat and everybody else. Well, the reason why I agreed to Amari because everyone else is a regular, so it's good to reach someone.
Amari has been here more than once.
Oh, he has?
You dumb shit!
Who else haven't I seen in the chat in a while? I know Matt's here, Jose's here, Hunter's here. Just all the regulars. My apologies there. All right. We all know Bohemian Rhapsody is coming out later this year. Around, yes, I think it's November, yeah? That's supposed to be coming out?
Yes.
Okay, so we all know, especially the whole, the controversy with Bryan Singer?
Yep.
We all know the controversy, what happened to him.
Mm-hmm.
He got kicked from his own movie. So,
well, yeah, you know what the reason for, right?
Yeah, I think we discussed it a few episodes ago.
Mm-hmm.
No Russ on the set. That's what happened.
Yeah, but go ahead and refresh everybody's memory on this episode to fill those in if they're just tuning in.
For those who don't know what happened, Bryan Singer, did a lot of Bohemian Rhapsody, but then was later fired due to two big reasons. One, he was clashing heads with the cast members as well as the crew members. Two, constantly absent to the set. The same way like, Elizabeth Taylor was on the set of Cleopatra.
Yeah, it's quite something how his own directing can be late for his own movie. So we had to get somebody new for this film. And let me tell you right now, for this topic along with Bohemian Rhapsody, we're going to be talking about some early buzz we've been getting for it. So, and the headline alone is kind of catching me a little bit. Rami Malek, who's playing as Freddie Mercury, will rock you. The rest of the movie, not so much. This is coming from slasherfilm.com. This was an article recently written a few days ago. So with Bohemian Rhapsody, we all know what it's about. It's surrounding the whole entire deal of the life of Queen, how they started, how they created some of the biggest hits out there, and Freddie Mercury alone, his backstory, marriage, blah, 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 blah.
Also dealing with the AIDS concert.
Excuse me. But anyways, with this alone, it says right here that Rami Malek, he is supposed to be getting some early Oscar buzz because he is supposed
Gary.
Sorry, what?
Why do you sound like shit?
What do you mean I sound like shit?
Okay, you sound better now.
Okay, so Malek, he's supposed to be getting a lot of buzz within this film. And let me just tell you, for the majority of this, I'm just going to be reading a lot of tweets from critics. And I'll give them all the credit and such, what they've seen. and so on and so forth. So that's all I'm gonna really do is just read some tweets and such of what everyone's been saying about it. So you fellas ready to hear some stuff?
Hey, Gary, even the chat's asking, what's up with your mic?
What?
You sound a bit distorted, and one person's like, you sound like the adults from Peanuts. Well, what?
Well, I can't hear you. Okay. How about now?
Turn it up higher.
Now?
Yeah, a lot of people are concerned about your mic now. Gary.
Oh no.
Gary! Oh, for fuck's sake. See?
I knew it.
Oh, you sound even worse.
Ugh.
How about now?
Worse. Come on, Gary.
Okay. How about now?
Terrible.
Terrible?
Yes. Just switch to your other mic, because that sounds awful. Yeah, stick to your mic on your headphones, Gary, because that one's not doing you any good. Come on, Gary. Gary, you got to pick it up, or else I'm just going to have to go into my topic. Now I can't hear you.
How about now?
Yep, now I can.
Wanna know why you couldn't hear me? Because I had the fucking thing on mute. I didn't even look at the button. So
Jesus, Gary! Get your shit
my
together!
goodness
Pay
gracious.
attention!
All right, well, you know what I'm gonna do for the time. You know what I'm gonna do off camera. Before I continue using this microphone, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna play around with it a bit more off camera and figure it out.
Mm-hmm.
Let's get back to the topic of Bohemian Rhapsody. I'm gonna read a couple tweets. I'll give them all their credits. I'm not gonna give their full name. I'm just going to give their Twitter name, all support and all that, and we'll just read what they say. So from one tweet, it says right here, on my way to see Bohemian Rhapsody. And she said, and the user says right here, Rami Malek slayed that. The film was a bit dodgy, but there was some truly standout moments. Though again, there were mostly because of Malek. Bohemian Rhapsody is okay. Pretty standard biopic that runs a tough touch too long, but my God, the live ad scenes is incredible. That right there was the main high. If you've seen the trailers, the live ad performance, that's the main highlight in Queen's career because they stole the show, that concert. And the thing is, you want to know how the live ad event did so well? Because of Queen.
Mm-hmm.
Literally, almost every single act that was on the show alone, every single act, mid-year, what was his name?
I don't know, you tell me.
Geldof, U2, David Bowie, almost every single act you can say, they all said Queen was the main highlight of that whole entire program. And you know what? You cannot go against that at all because Queen stole the program of that show. Just a medley of songs. Well, hello. Heard feedback on my end, but that was from the video.
God damn, Gary, would you pay attention?
I am paying attention. Another tweet says, Bohemian Rhapsody is anchored by performance by Rami Malek that almost vibrates like a dildo off the screen, but it's somehow too long while refreshing to dwell on anything that's actually interesting. So, looking at the tweets, I'm not going to read any more. That's a bit of a main highlight. So they're saying that the biopic alone, when they're not on screen, they're not on stage, they're saying that the story alone with showcase and recording is not interesting. They're just saying that the performance is what really is the topping on the cake. So it also says right here, blah, 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 Bohemian Rhapsody, it's going to be something else. Already Deadline's Pete Hammond wrote that Malek is among top contenders for the Best Actor Oscar, and every critic has words of praise for his performance as a legendary singer who tragically passed away from AIDS in '91.
With Pete Hammond, I'm just like, he's not the strongest suit to go by.
I don't know who the fucker is, but so on and so forth. So I think we all get the point of this topic. Just a bunch of assholes saying that in their reviews thus far the early access from Bohemian Rhapsody. Oh, there's one guy here who's really praising the hell out of the movie. He's saying that's better than A Star Is Born. You know who it was that really who said it? That is praising the hell out of this movie. You know who it is? Scott Mans. Scott Mans.
Oh, fuck Scott Mans. You have to bring up his goddamn name.
Yeah, he says right here, holy hell, Bohemian
Fuck
Rhapsody
that
is
old looking George Clooney looking like piece of shit.
Arousing, emotional, cinematic champion that will rock you. Romy Malek is magnificent. It's great fun and will rock you. A Star Is Born. You've been served.
Hey, how about, hey, does the movie make me think? Do I have to use my brain? Fucking cocksucker.
I don't know who the guy is. I just read the tweet. So I'll just leave it at that.
I'm done with him. Yeah, he's well associated with the schmoes. That's all I'm gonna say. Fuck Scott Mans, dude.
Okay. So, ladies and gentlemen, that's going to have to conclude for that. For those out there watching, I want to ask you a question. Are you guys getting early access to go see Bohemian Rhapsody before the initial release date set store in your theaters? So you're going to get early access to it, see a press screening or an early advance screening. Let me know in the chat below if you got plans on doing that. I'm kind of curious to know what you good folks have to say about it. Also, good news is, since I'm back on my headset, if I have to fart,
I hope you shit yourself. I really do. I hope you create a fucking Ovaltine milkshake in your goddamn drawers.
Don't say that M-word, please, for God's sakes.
M-word? Oh, milkshake.
I get easily triggered by that word.
Oh, don't the word trigger. The only time you use the word trigger is for a gun or for a video game AI statistic, okay?
Or if you're like me, ASMR content.
What's wrong with using it the other way?
No.
What's wrong with that?
Because it's so overused and overdone. It's so goddamn obnoxious.
You want to pull my trigger?
What the fuck, James? I'm going to watch Bohemian Rhapsody and I'm going to take a dump on my seat. James, you fucking troll.
Why would you do that to yourself?
It's James. Who else will you expect?
Well,
Tom Dunn. Wait. Tom Dunn. Blowharding. Blowharding. Do I look like a fucking whale? Oh.
Yeah.
God damn you, Gary.
Mongoose the whale. Anyways, ladies and gentlemen, Count Victor, I want to give you a shout out for giving me this topic, because let me just tell you right now, I would call my intro to the fact that this year, well, the thing is with 2019, there are 2 horror movies. Wait, is this coming out 2000? Well, I'm gonna have to look at the article. I didn't get a chance to look at the article alone, but just the topic alone of what you gave me caught my interest, and especially with this dual role, this what really caught my interest, and to be a huge contender for my most anticipated horror film of next year.
No, it's
but the thing is,
it's supposed to come out in 2020. I read that article.
Okay, it's my most anticipated film of that year. But for 2019, my most horror film for the time being is The Curse of La Llorona. Y'all know that right there is my most anticipated horror film for the time being for next year, unless if there's any news on The Conjuring 3.
Okay, I thought we were discussing Annabelle 3 for a second there. That's supposed to come out in 2020, but
you know why? You know why we're just? You want to know why we're going to be discussing Annabelle 3? You want to know why? We're going to be discussing Annabelle 3 right now.
Farmiga. Patrick Wilson and Vera Farmiga. That's why.
You just.
That's an ass I want to tab is Vera Farmiga.
Took over the topic for me. But anyways, yes, the duo that's supposed to be come back and reprising their role is none other than Patrick Wilson and Vera Farmiga playing as Ed and Lorraine Warren once again in the 3rd installment of Annabelle 3, the movie. And I didn't read the article, but before I read a little bit of the article, I want to give my own of prediction of what's going to go down in the third installment. I think that alone is going to be none other than the actual investigation. I think it's going to be the nitty gritty of where Patrick Wilson, where Ed and Lorraine Warren legitimately investigate the Annabelle doll. Because you saw the first Annabelle where nothing really interesting was going on except the haunts and the doll passing down. Yes?
And a bunch of stupid ass jump scares.
And you all remember in the prequel, Annabelle Creation,
Which is really good.
Where you get the origin story of what goes down, especially a Conjuring 2 yet inspiration that goes on if you see in the film with certain things that remind you of that one. Well, actually, no, Conjuring 1, not Conjuring 2. And I think in this new Annabelle film, I think it's going to be the nitty gritty where it's going to be the legitimate investigation where they're going to investigate the doll and see what the claims are. So that is my particular prediction for the new Annabelle movie, Annabelle 3, is where they're going to get down to the real deal and investigate the doll. And for that, you got my attention. I'm excited.
Gary, sit still! Jesus Christ, you're driving me nuts. You're like
I'm fucking itches right now, and I am trying to keep my fucking calm and not scratch it!
Okay, Ultimate Warrior, just itch your fucking ass.
My ass itches, man.
Well, then itch it! Get a butt scratcher!
Yell at me!
Look, I got one! See, they work!
Don't yell at me.
Oh my god.
Speaking of
sorry.
Speaking of Ultimate Warrior. Sorry.
Huh?
Speaking of Ultimate Warrior, I love that video where it's like his final appearance on WWE, and that's the day before he died.
Oh my! It was 2 days. It was the day before he died, and he died right here in Phoenix.
Crazy. All right, so Annabelle 3 is the sixth title in the Conjuring franchise. Picks up with the Warrens bringing the Annabelle doll to a place where she can no longer wreak havoc. Their artifact room. Annabelle awakens the room's evil, which sets its sights on a new target: the Warrens' 10-year-old daughter, Judy. The young girl, along with her teenage babysitter cousin and the cousin's friend, square off against the evil doll. Okay, so you got a little something going on right there. We know about the Conjuring. The Annabelle was showcased a little bit. Little haunting was going on right there. So, as previously addressed, McKenna Grace will play Judy, while Madison Eisman also stars Doberman, who wrote the script for the project, will be making his directorial debut. James Wan is producing for Atomic Monster, and Peter Safran is producing for the Safran Company. So, okay, so in a way, was I somewhat a little right? They're going to be investigating the doll a little bit, except it's going to be surrounding their daughter.
The daughter!
But we all know about the Annabelle doll. For those out there who are huge paranormal buffs like I am, the Annabelle doll is one of the most infamous artifacts in the haunting world. I do love learning about it, studying it, and I would love to visit the doll someday and see what goes down. I don't think I should because I don't want to get in trouble. All right, so that is the news with that. So for 2020, of that topic alone, you got me hooked. You got me fucking hooked, dude. You really think I'm not going to be sitting here and be, how can I say, not excited for it? Patrick Wilson and Vera Farmiga? To me, in this decade alone, it is not, to me, I cannot fucking talk today.
You cannot talk. What the fuck, Gary?
I need a piece of steak right now. Hold on a second.
Yeah, put some big fat meat in your mouth. That's what you need.
Look, steak's good, all right? Much better. So, a few years from now, Annabelle 3, you got me sold. Patrick Wilson and Vera Farmiga, to me, of this decade alone, they are the best duo in film when it comes to actor and actress. My best duo.
What about Jamie Foxx? What about Jamie Foxx and Christoph Waltz?
I'm talking about for male and female.
Oh, male and female. Okay.
Yeah, they're the best for me. They won it over, and you all remember that quote where Vera Farmiga was talking to the little girl in The Conjuring 2 about oh, she met someone that didn't believe in her, but actually she did. Something like that.
And what did you do next? I married him.
That was a fucking touching quote, dude. Really was touching. And the irony in that is that Patrick Wilson, he said the exact same thing.
It was my favorite quote of the year. Fucking James.
It
Romy
was
is Romy is a vegetarian because he wants to keep his testosterone level low. He's transitioning. Fuck.
Oh, Jesus Christ. You know what Tubby, you know what your female name should be if you transition? Michelle. Michelle should be your transition name.
I'm not fucking Baby Huey. I don't look like Clayface from Batman.
So that right there is the news for Annabelle.
Hey, Gary. Christian 2.0. Brett's like, what the fuck? We'll tell you. Wait,
Yeah.
Jerome might as well be Barney the dinosaur. What the fuck you say?
Teletubby. Okay, so next up for what we got here, I got two lists. Two lists in a way. One's a list, and the other one is actually a ranking. What would folks like to hear first? The John Carpenter movie ranking,
Yes.
or would you like to hear the 20 best horror movies of the last 20 years?
I'm more interested.
John Carpenter movies.
I want to hear John Carpenter ranking.
All right,
And
dude.
the one that
You
should be
guys
dead
know-
last. The one that should be dead last is Ghost on Mars.
All right, so John Carpenter, you all know I love John Carpenter. For those who don't know, John Carpenter is one of my all-time favorite directors. I fucking love John Carpenter's movies, dude. I live for him. He made my favorite movie.
Big Trouble in China.
That Carpenter.
He's in my top 3 favorite horror directors.
Yep, same here.
You all,
I know he does other genres too, but come on, we all know him as a horror director.
Oh, absolutely.
dude, that Carpenter did that fucker right there. All right, so let's go over the list. There's only 18 of them here, so let's begin. Number 18, movie called The Wood. Oh, by the way, this has come from Collider.com. Thank you, Alex Meyer, once again for the
The
topic.
Wood.
The Wood.
No,
18.
the Wood. That's the last film he directed so far in 2012. I heard it was terrible.
I haven't seen it. I don't think I'm going to. Number 17, Memoirs of an Invisible Man.
Oh my god.
I cannot believe Ghost on Mars has not been mentioned.
Maybe. Actually, speaking of Ghost of Mars, here you go. Number 16 is Ghost of Mars.
Thank you.
Number 15, I think this is a good place. It's from LA. Have you all escaped from New York?
Escape from LA has some of the worst visual effects I have ever seen.
Let me tell you right now about Escape from LA. As much as I love Snake Plissken, Kurt Russell, his role couldn't even save the movie.
No, not
It
at
was
all.
a fucking disaster.
Oh, it's fucking horrible.
Let me just tell you all right now about Escape from LA. Let's just pretend that movie never existed, and we'll just keep from Escape from New York only.
Yes.
Number 14. Number 14 is a movie called Starman.
Number 14?
That is bullshit. How is that fucking that should be in the top 5.
What?
This one.
No. You know what that means? You know what that means? Vampire is higher.
I don't know what the worst thing is. This movie's actually higher, and I hated this fucking remake. I hated it. The Village of the Damned remake from is number 13.
I haven't seen that one.
You guys haven't seen Starman?
That was Jeff Bridges, I believe, right?
Mm-hmm.
I think
And
so.
he was
Yeah.
fucking magnificent in it.
And that's the only time where John Carpenter made a movie that got nominated for an Oscar.
Yeah, that is true.
He actually directed someone to an Oscar nomination. That's crazy.
I cannot believe it's that fucking low. That's just bullshit.
So thing is with the Village of the Damned, have any of you seen it? No.
No.
It's supposed to be. It's not really much of a horror movie. It's more like a sci-fi flick. Something that you see out of the Twilight Zone. Just see the 1960 original. That one's at least tolerable. It's not really one of my favorite films, but it's an okay flick. Number 12 is Dark Star.
I haven't seen that one.
I haven't either.
Number 11, In the Mouth of Madness.
Oh, that's the one with Sam Neill. I
Mhm.
haven't seen that one.
Number 10, Vampires.
Wow, number 10.
That is unbelievable. That's so fucking absurd.
Yeah. All right, next up, number 9. Why is this? Why is it
Yes.
not in the top 5? I'm just gonna show a
Is
visual.
is it Big Trouble in Little China? Yeah.
Just look at the poster in the background. Just look at the fucking poster. That must be in the top 5. Big Trouble in Little China should be number 5. Fucking Tinkerbells. Number 8 is a movie called They Live.
I have it on Blu-ray. That's
a fun movie.
love it.
Brett, do you have Big Trouble in Little China on Blu-ray?
No, not yet.
Buy it right now. I don't give a fuck what you're. No, fuck the rant. You're buying it right now.
No, shut the fuck up. He's doing
No,
the
fuck
rant
the-
first.
no,
Shut
fuck
up.
the rant.
Doing the rant.
You buy Big Trouble in China first on Blu-ray. You do that right now. Right now.
October's over.
Right
now. October's over, Gary. I'm waiting till
No,
October.
fuck up. No, fuck the remainder. You buy it right now.
Right October, Gary.
No, right now. Right
Kids,
now.
this is why you should never sniff gasoline.
Glue. All right, number 7 is The Fog remake.
Wait, the Fog remake.
The Fog? The Fog? Oh, remake. Not remake. I'm thinking of The Fly.
You
Oh, the
fucking
Fog.
idiot.
Marlon,
The Fog.
the remake doesn't even have a Blu-ray release, thank God.
Because the remake is fucking shit.
Uh-huh. All right, number 6. This is an okay spot. Should be in the top 5 too. Escape from New York.
I'm surprised it's not higher.
Should be in the top 5. Number 5, Prince of Darkness.
I haven't seen that one.
I haven't either.
That one also has Donald Pleasance in it.
All right,
No.
next up, number 4.
Number
Assault. Number 4 is Assault on
on Precinct 13.
that
Yep.
movie.
Which the remake is actually really good, by the way. Which I could not believe it's written by James DeMoran butt plug.
Yeah, you know what? The top 3, I cannot complain on this. I can. I like
Okay,
the top 3.
Let me-
Number
okay.
3 is Christine.
I would not put Christine that high.
For me, I'm not gonna complain. If I wanted to put, it should. Okay, top 10 is where I put Christine. I'm gonna say for number 8 at least for Christine.
Starman should be in the fucking top 5.
Yeah. Number 2 is Halloween.
Yeah.
Wow, I thought that was gonna be number 1.
Number 1, this right here, I'm actually happy with it. The
Yeah.
Thing.
Yes, that is my favorite movie done. That's my favorite.
I'm happy. It's my number 2 all-time favorite horror movie. The Thing is number 1. I will not go against that at all.
You know the thing about The Thing? Yeah, no pun intended. This movie, when it was first released, it just ruined John Carpenter.
Yeah.
Because
I'm
this
surprised.
movie got bashed so badly by critics. And now it's held as a masterful horror classic.
Right.
Because it is, dude. It's fucking incredible.
And you know what? I heard that the video game based on it is actually pretty good too. Like one of the best movie based games ever.
Yeah, I think the Spoonie one disagrees, but fuck him.
Spoonie?
And you know what? Let's say, oh yeah, I
Who the fuck
I
is-
watched the behind the scenes on that one certain scene. You know the chest bursting scene.
Yeah.
I think I watched behind the scenes of it. And I was like, wow, yeah, they actually replicated the actor, you know, who actually died about it with some, with a fake body.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yeah.
It's unbelievable.
That's
No,
why
this-
John Carpenter back then was the ship. He used practical effects.
By the way, you want to know 2 things about John Carpenter's The Thing that I discovered? 2 things. 1, Knowles, when he died off screen, There was supposed to be a visual of his death on screen, but the thing is, they couldn't because the thing is, funny.
Mhm.
With Null's death, he was supposed to have tentacles coming out everywhere out of him, and he was trying to beg to McCready for help before it was too late.
I think they should have left that in.
Yeah, but here's the thing, though. They actually would have done it, but the problem was they couldn't afford it. Financials.
That's
So,
another reason that it almost ruined John Carpenter is the budget.
yeah, they wanted to incorporate the scene, but they didn't. Also, another thing, this was deleted photos. Fuchs, the guy who mysteriously burned to
Mhm.
death or committed suicide, his original death was supposed to be Palmer and Childs going to the greenhouse. They found his body impaled with a shovel in him. Mysterious death of a shovel impaled in him. So Fuchs, that was his original death, but no, it was left like that with him mysteriously inflamed. So that was that.
What's the name of that? What's that guy's name in the movie? He's the diabetes guy. What is it? Wilford Brimley.
Next up, this has come from Variety.com, and we're going to talk about the 20 best horror movies of the last 20 years. I'm going to give it to both Justin and Alex Meyer for this. And let's begin. Number 20. Oh, God.
What's number 20?
The Babadook.
Oh,
that should be way higher. Way higher.
My most overrated, actually, it's one of my most overrated horror movies of the decade.
Same.
Number 9 is a movie called number 19, Drag Me to Hell.
I haven't seen that one.
Really?
Number 18, Apostle did it better.
The Witch.
Oh, yeah, that also should be way higher. That also should be.
No, I'm already hating this fucking list already.
Number 17, The Human Centipede 2 full sequence.
Wait, are you fucking serious? Who made this list for Variety?
Variety.com.
That film is nothing but fucking torture porn. It's disgusting. It's despicable. It's not scary. Whoever made this list should be fucking just get the shit kicked out of them because this is bullshit.
There's actually some hope so far. Number 16 is Paranormal Activity 3.
About fucking time.
Number 15 is The Descent.
That should be way higher.
Number 14 is Let Me In.
That's a great remake.
Number 13.
That's a Matt Reeves film.
Number 13, A Quiet Place.
Love it.
Number 12, Planet Terror.
The better of the two Grindhouse movies. Fuck Death Proof.
Number 11 is a Japanese horror movie called Ringu.
That's the original Ring.
I gotta see that one still. Number 10, Insidious. Number 10, Insidious.
The original? Okay.
Yeah.
Number 9, Shaun of the Dead.
Oh, hell yeah. I love it.
Number 8.
What?
Ladies and gentlemen, I forgot. We're going to go to part 2 of Charlie, my friend Charlie. We got to go to part 2 of that story of remember Charlie, my friend Charlie?
Hereditate is number 8?
Part 2, we got to go to that story. Yeah, that's number 8.
Give me a fucking break.
Still to see it.
That movie's awful.
Brett, you're going to like it.
Oh, he's going to love it. I already know he's going to love it.
Mm-hmm.
To me, that's
number 7.
The most polarizing movie of the year.
Number 7, World War Z.
Right.
Okay, I don't think that's a horror film, but it's a damn good zombie movie. I will say that, but it's not a horror film.
I'm very excited for the sequel because David Fincher.
Mm-hmm.
Number 6, Hostel Part 2.
What?
Oh, really?
Hostel Part 2.
That's even worse than the original. Fucking Eli Roth. Hereditate. Exactly.
Number 5, What Lies Beneath.
That's Robert Zemeckis. I haven't seen it.
Oh, with Harrison Ford and Michelle Pfeiffer.
Yeah, I haven't seen it.
Number 4, my favorite M. Night Shyamalama Ding Dong Ting Tang Wanna Bing Bang's favorite film, The Sixth Sense.
That's not a horror film. That's a suspense thriller.
Number
Quit eating!
No. Number 3, The Blair Witch Project.
I don't know if I put it that high.
Fuck you!
I don't know if I put it in the top 5. Really?
Jesus Christ, this
No.
fucking list is garbage!
It's terrible, dude. All right, next up, number 2 is a movie called Hello, baby. How you doing? Number
What?
2 is a movie called Audition.
I haven't seen it.
Never even heard of it.
Rio Ishibashi. Hello.
The Last Airbender a horror film.
Hello, baby. How are you?
Come on,
Ooh,
get
I gotta
out! What's number 1? Quit! No more bullshit!
Oh, I gotta look this babe up. Number
Okay,
1's Get Out.
Wait, number 1's Get Out.
Really?
Yeah, number 1 is Get Out.
Okay, where's the Ring? Oh, they have Ring Goo on there. Okay, I guess you can.
You can call that original.
Where's the Conjuring franchise?
Yeah, where's the Cabin in the Woods, dude?
Cabin in the Woods, Lights Out, Don't Breathe, Hush.
The Evil Dead remake.
That's another damn good one. Yeah, a lot of people are saying, where the hell is the Cabin in the Woods in the chat?
Where's
Zombieland?
Zombieland.
Yeah, where's that?
I guess you could say that. Tucker and Dale versus Evil.
What about the first one?
The first Sinister is great.
Yeah.
The second one I have not seen, but my buddy Austin, who is like Gary, a horror buff, he said it was one of the absolute worst, shittiest fucking horror films.
And he ain't lying on that.
Yeah, where's Conjuring 1 or 2? Where's Edible Creation?
Where's VHS 2? That's what I want to know.
VHS 2 is okay. The
That
first
one
VHS film was actually good. The second one is fucking awesome. I love.
It's amazing.
The third
one.
Okay, Viral. I love the first story with the cape. I thought that was awesome.
Oh, yeah.
Fuck the rest of the movie.
I gotta see that one.
It's okay. The first story. It's worth it for the first story, but that's it.
Okay.
This list was garbage.
It's not really a good list. I was not a fan of it
awful.
whatsoever. I was quite sad about this list.
Where's Ouija
Quite
Origin of
sad.
Evil?
Oh yeah, that one.
Where's Oculus? Where's Your Next?
No Mike Flanagan movies on here.
No Mike Flanagan movies. And
That's what's sad about it, man.
and You're Next. It's not on here.
Mike Flanagan is this generation's John Carpenter.
I think he's the best horror filmmaker working today.
Where's
Where's Mama?
Mama?
This is what I say about Mama. I really love the first 2 acts. The third act, no.
It's a qualified movie for me. Warm Bodies?
Warm Bodies is more of a romantic comedy. But I'm trying to think of other scary films.
It Follows should be on this list.
If STD was a horror villain.
What else can I think of?
The Apostle, the recent one.
Yeah, Apostle you can put on the list.
House,
I'm trying to think of some
Monster
ones.
Monster House. Eh.
I've not seen Monster House.
Oh no. Rosemary. The last 20 years, John Wick. Oh goodness, went down the wrong pipe.
All right.
Ah,
Well, Brady, that tells me something about you.
No, you fuck off, Gary. You know
like to
Brett's a big
choke.
dude. You know Brett's a big dude. I hope he finds you and just smacks the dog shit out of you, boy.
That means he likes to choke on it. Turtle.
Miss Retard USA.
Me?
Folks, I'm terribly sorry. Gary, be quiet. He forgot to take his retard pills.
Patty cake, patty.
Thank you. Now shut the fuck up.
ladies and gentlemen, it is official. I've gone retarded, and I'm done with my topics.
Well,
It's like
Vera, you should take notes from Robert Downey Jr.
never go full retard.
Guess what?
That's one of my.
You want to know another? You want to know another rule? You want to know the number one rule to life? The number one rule to life. I'll tell you exactly what it is right now.
Never eat yellow snow.
Never talk about Fight Club. Don't talk about Fight Club. That is the number one golden rule to life. Don't talk about Fight Club.
You're too old, fat man. Your tits are too big. Get the fuck off my porch.
That's the way.
No singing.
I'm done. I think I gotta fart soon.
I hope you fart and shit yourself.
Am I done now? 'Cause I want to eat my steak.
Go eat your fucking steak.
Don't have to yell at me.
Oh, I only have one topic to go over, and that is my Blu-rays.
Go ahead.
Just do that.
All right, folks. All right, time for some Blu-ray Brett here, and like last Sunday, I only have one non-horror movie to show you. It is a classic disaster film from the 1970s, Airport.
I've never even heard of this movie.
Really? It was nominated for over 10 Oscars.
I never heard of it.
It is a classic disaster film that many people thought that this is the movie that Airplane satirized, but it's not. Airplane disaster. Airport is it's got an ensemble cast of including Burt Lancaster, Dean Martin, Jacqueline Bisset, George Kennedy, and Helen Hayes, Maureen Stapleton. So many people in this movie. Oh, and Helen Hayes won the Oscar. That she's like, one of the first class ladies, and she was great. I don't know if she deserved that Oscar though, but this is still a pretty damn entertaining disaster film. I recommend seeing it.
So you can say that's like the towering inferno that's set place in an airport.
In an airplane, yeah.
Oh, it's airplane. Okay, well it says airport on the.
Yeah, airport though, but it takes place on a plane though.
Oh, I see what you mean.
Yeah. It's a great disaster. I wouldn't spot a franchise sequels though, but the first one's all you need. All right, now for some actual horror films. I got 5 to talk about.
Yes.
It's a great horror comedy, and that is Zombieland. Ooh. Now,
I love Zombieland.
Now, this is another example of a film by a director who made this great film. Why? Because of who wrote the damn movie.
And who wrote it?
Rhett Reese and Paul Wernick.
Mm-hmm.
Before they did Deadpool, they wrote this great film.
Brett, are you getting a cold a little bit? You sound a little nasal.
Yeah, I am coming down a little bit, but I'm fine.
Okay.
And this movie is so funny and so entertaining, and contains one of the best cameos in any film.
I think it is the greatest cameo in a film. Because it was so unexpected.
Yeah, and I love his little jab at Garfield.
You want to know what I love?
You have any last regrets? Garfield.
You want to know what my favorite gag in that film was? I think you should know. It's where the fucking the badass dude was on a hunt for a Twinkie.
And he finally finds something, and he actually shoots the fuck out of it with a shotgun.
And you want to know one thing I love? He sees a Twinkie truck. Yeah, he ended up with those fucking snowballs.
He's like, snowballs? Where's the fucking Twinkies? That's when Woody Harrelson wasn't wearing a fucking ridiculous wig.
I'm sorry, dude. That was fucking funny, man. My favorite gag. One of my favorite gags in film, actually, of this particular millennium.
And it also had, oh God, what's her name? The fine ass woman. Emma Stone. Yeah, I was just like, damn, honey.
Some bitch.
Oh, shut up, dickhead.
Yeah. Okay, next Blu-ray I have here is a collection. There's a volumes 1, 2, and 3, but I was trying to get volume 2 because my shelf, I'm on the last row, to let you know. So
Your last Texas row.
Yeah. And there's a Vincent Price collection, volume 2.
Oh, you got.
All right! Shut the fuck up and start talking. Right now, what movies are on that list?
All right, it includes The Raven, which has an early.
Ooh, That's arguably his best one.
Really? And we also have Comedy of Terrors.
You know what? You know what? Here's something funny because he said Vincent Price. I can hear. Hold on. Lucas be like, "Oh, I love that toy company Fisher Price."
Oh, wow.
God. All right, what else is on the list?
If you don't laugh, get the fuck out of here.
It's also the Tomb of Ligeia and Last Man on Earth.
Mm-hmm.
Dr. Phoebes Rises Again.
Ooh.
The Return of the Fly and the classic House on Haunted Hill.
That is, to me, that's his best one.
That's also my favorite.
You all see, the thing is with House on Haunted Hill, personally for me, I don't know if you saw my review, but it's not really one of my favorite horror movies because the thing is, if you all got the reference of the movie, right, of what it was doing, it was more of a spoof. It was a parody.
What, the remake?
No, House on Haunted Hill. It was a remake. It was not a remake. It was a mockery. It was a parody to the cliches of horror, like a haunted house, skeletons.
Not only that, it had a really interesting, cool premise. Unlike the fucking.
Oh yeah, it was a really interesting premise.
Shit.
But the film itself, there was a lot of. It was a really weird film.
I spent a night in that house for some money.
Yeah, if you can live.
Unfortunate events. By the way, you want to know what the whole fucking sucker of it is? If they wanted to walk out with money, all they had to do was just lock their fucking door, and that was it. That was it. They could have just stayed in their whole rooms all night instead of walking out. That was it. But yeah,
there could be some creepy stuff in their rooms too.
Yeah, no kidding. Or trap doors and shit.
Maybe. But yeah, dude, Vincent Price, man, that you can. For me, The Raven is his best film.
Really?
I really am.
Roger Corman, known for doing B movies.
That House on Haunted Hill is like the human version of Mousetrap.
I'm not going against House on Haunted Hill. I just think Raven was his best performance when it comes to horror.
Quote it.
It has an early Jack.
Really think it was.
It has an early Jack Nicholson.
Vincent Price, dude, fucking love the guy. He's a badass in every single one of his movies. Good, bad, you name it. Vincent Price is always a highlight, man. I'm so happy you got that.
Yes, I'm a big fan of Vincent Price. And you know what? I saw him on an interview with Joan Rivers, and he was doing the Thriller laugh, the Thriller narration in person. The music was playing in the background.
Good shit, dude. All right, what else you got?
Next is a terrific horror film. 2009 is a great year for animation. First, there's Up, Fantastic Mr. Fox, Princess and the Frog, and Coraline.
Was it, wait, what about Cloudy with a Chance of Meatballs? So that came out that year as well?
Yes.
That was Phil Lord and Christopher Miller. When I first saw the trailer, I'm like, this looks fucking dumb. And I saw it, I was like, this was amazing. So yeah, 2009 was great for anime.
Yeah, and it's my favorite film from Coraline.
Oh, interesting.
Because it's from the director of Nightmare Before Christmas, Henry Selick, not Tim Burton, as everyone keeps assuming.
Well, yeah.
But this has the visual distinct style of a Tim Burton movie.
It's got that dark goth atmosphere.
And this movie pulls no punches. Like if your kid gets easily scared, well, tough shit. We're gonna insert this in the movie anyway.
Yeah, telling everybody Tim Burton didn't direct this movie. It's like saying, "Hey, Peter Jackson isn't directing Mortal Engines."
Right. But yeah, Henry Selick did a fantastic job with its visuals, its creativity, its sets, its crazy sets, and Terry Hatcher as a mother. Well, the other side is freaky as hell. And I gotta say, this movie made the attempt making buttons scary more so than Stephen King could ever make corn scary.
Oh my god.
Yeah, Coraline.
Yeah, Stephen King. Does it take place in Maine?
More like John Hughes. Does it take place in Chicago?
Pretty much.
Yeah, Coraline, terrific animation film.
Very good.
Next is a classic horror film from the 80s. and it's a great film from the director who also based on his own novel, and I'm talking about Clive Barker.
You got my interest.
Hellraiser.
Hold on a second.
Hey, Gary, you wouldn't want those fucking hooks into you like they did in the movie.
Oh, God.
Hold on a second.
We will tear your soul apart.
See this?
Those fucking dudes were creepy in that movie, man.
They were, but very so though, yeah. If you haven't seen the first Hellraiser, you'll probably be disappointed. You're not gonna get a lot of Pinhead in this movie.
Yeah.
He's on the front cover. He's on the front cover, but he's not in the movie that much.
Let me tell you right now, man, that fucking pickup makes my nipples erect and my butthole sweat.
God, would you fuck off, Gary?
Good thing, man. Hellraiser was a solid film, dude. I fucking thought it was good.
Yeah, I only have the first Hellraiser. I know there's a lot of sequels there, but I'm not gonna waste space on my shelf. Okay.
Stick with the first one, dude. Stick with that.
And I heard that Clive Barker wants to do another installment, or at least remake it.
How about no?
No.
Yeah, and also, I would say, I would blame all those guys who are like, just seduced by that one woman who is trying to repair her boyfriend back together.
Yeah. God damn.
Oh yeah.
But like I said, man, practical effects.
Yeah, the sets in this movie are so freaky yet so creative. It's like a Tim Burton movie.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah,
Good shit, dude.
I would say this movie wouldn't have gotten its attention if it weren't for, Stephen King bringing this movie to attention.
Well, yeah, I guess you can say that.
Yeah, Hellraiser is a very creative and but uncomfortable horror film.
Oh, it is. Especially how he tortures his victims. It's fucking insane.
Oh yeah, really love it. I'm not gonna buy any of the sequels though. I just need the first one.
Motherfucker! Yes, indeed. Next one, Brett.
Last Blu-ray I have here, I say this one for last, is one of my favorite horror comedies ever made. Hey, Gary. If we get this guy laid, we wouldn't have any troubles. Ghostbusters 1 and 2.
Dogs and cats living together peacefully.
I am satisfied with this pickup, dude. I love it.
Not just a Blu-ray digibook. I got a book. It contains all the behind-the-scenes footage and what's been going on. That's why I don't want the regular Blu-ray. I must have the digibook.
Mm-hmm.
Ghostbusters.
Good shit, man.
Classic comedy. Ghostbusters 2. It's not bad, but nothing tops the first one.
No,
It's an okay sequel. That's all it is. Nothing extraordinary.
Well, there's one
Just
thing
all right,
I say about this block box cover is the cast list, because there's someone missing on here. Oh, let's see who's on here. Okay, there's Bill Murray, Dan Aykroyd, Sigourney Weaver, Harold Ramis, Rick Moranis. I believe there's someone missing on this list.
yeah.
I don't know why. Every single poster never includes Ernie Hudson. I don't get it.
I'm not touching that with a 50-foot pole.
Right. No, even the Ghostbusters game doesn't have him in it.
I know it doesn't.
And you know what? I read that Ernie Hudson's kids hated the game.
Well, good, because the games were the Ghostbusters on the NES. It's like one of the worst fucking games on the system.
Terrible stuff, dude.
Ghostbusters.
I actually did play that one time. I was like, this is supposed to be Ghostbusters. I'm playing as a logo. There's so many creative things to do with Ghostbusters as a video game, and that's the best you can give me. Come on, Activision.
Candyman is another good Clive Barker related movie. Yeah. Don't say his name 5 times in the mirror.
Oh, so that's where Bye Bye Man got the idea.
Candyman can.
All right, that's all my Blu-rays. And Joe, what do you have before we get into the real deal?
Wonderful. Let's go over some weekend box office. The weekend box office brought you by numbers. What are numbers are? Because fuck Box Office Mojo. Because the numbers are gives the most precise, accurate, and reliable numbers. Let's see what we have for this weekend. And oh my God, there is a huge juggernaut that is released, and it's not the dick under my pants. Sorry, Gary, not to jump your joy. Here we go. Number 5.
You're not jumping on my joy. That is mine. You stay the fuck away.
Shut the fuck up. Okay. Number 5. It was number 3 last week, and it's number 5 this week with a 46% drop. First Man. First Man from Universal made $8.5 million. It's still in 3,600 theaters, and it's only generated domestically $30 million. Woo! What a massive financial failure.
Oh my God. Yeah, because the filmmakers had decided to bring that up.
Oh my God. Folks, just shut your fucking... Mark Wahlberg said it best. Shut the fuck up.
That's what.
But no.
Seth Rogen did the same right around the time when Steve Jobs was coming out.
Shut the fuck up. It's not that hard. Oh my God. Number 4 is hey Gary, Goosebumps. Goosebumps 2. Haunted.
Goose. It's a goose. Goose.
It's a fucking goose, Gary. Goosebumps 2 from
Goose.
Sony Pictures. Shut the fuck up. 9.7 million, 3,500 theaters. It was a 39% drop, and overall domestic gross of 28.8 million. Number 3, it was number 1 last week. And it's number 3 this week with a 48% drop is Venom.
Well, there goes Sony's plan on their own cinematic universe.
Oh my God, this movie was fucking bad. Venom from Sony Pictures again generated 18 million, and its overall gross is 171 million. Number 2 for the 3rd week in a row is A Star Is Born from Warner Brothers, 19.3 million. Warner Brothers, Gary. He hates it when I do that. Only a 32% drop, and it's 126 million overall domestic gross. Is doing great. Number 1, David Gordon Green's Halloween from Universal generated 77.5 million, and it's in nearly 4,000 theaters. Yeah, pretty crazy.
I had a feeling it was going to happen.
Now, Garrett Bear,
What?
give me a moment, because I'm going to have to take a piss so I don't piss my pants from the raging that I'm about to endure. Hey, Adam Daly, how you doing, buddy? I saw some of your show earlier today. Yeah, he does his shows now. Adam Daly Live.
I was watching him.
The most handsome leprechaun.
I was on a show earlier.
You weren't on the fucking show, you stupid dick nugget.
I was watching it.
You watching it? You didn't say you were on the show.
Yeah, I was on it, watching it.
You were not on it. Were you? Were you guys on the show?
No, shut the fuck up.
No, you shut the fuck up. You weren't on the show. No, you weren't on the show. Bullshit. You stupid ass
Gary.
Gary. You fucking butt white mushroom tip sucking motherfucker.
Gary.
You big fucking blip.
Hey, Gary. I was on Wheel of Fortune at home.
Hey, I am Luke Newcomb. And guess what? You guys are just tuned in right on time, because I was going to do the sugar list, but I want to do that a little bit after. Give me one moment. I'm going to piss in Gary's mouth, and then we will begin Halloween 2. Give me one moment.
You know what? There's one thing I forgot to mention when I brought up the Ghostbusters Blu-ray is what happened behind the scenes. So while the movie was going to production, it was supposed to star just Dan Aykroyd and John Belushi, which we all know what happened.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. And it was not going to be called Ghostbusters. It was going to be called Ghost Smashers, which does not have a nice ring to it. And they were going to travel through time and space. and instead of using the proton packs, they use magic wands to get rid of the ghosts.
Mm-hmm.
So on paper, that does not sound like a good idea. That would have been nearly as successful as it was.
Hmm.
Your butthole is big!
What the hell is that?
All right, ladies and gentlemen, let's begin one of the absolute worst fucking atrocities to ever hit the silver screen.
Oh, I'm so ready for this one. Oh my god.
Ladies and gentlemen, Rob Zombie said it himself. He despises filmmakers who rely or attempts to do remakes. And this motherfucker did it not only once, but twice. And you want to know another thing about Rob Zombie? Something tells me he's full of shit.
My butthole is big!
Gary, why did you give him the fucking link?
Because he's my buddy.
You fucking idiot!
He's my friend.
As I was before I was so rudely interrupted by that fucking hemorrhoid. Anyways, Rob Zombie said that about, that's James the Emperor, ladies and gentlemen. Okay, Rob Zombie said this, and I quote, he openly denied and in fact laughed at the speculation that the opening 15 minutes, well, it's not 15 in the uncut version, of Halloween 2, in which Michael Myers stalks an injured Laurie Strode through an abandoned hospital. It's funny that it's abandoned. I was like, yeah, that's how real hospitals work. Is in no way a homage, ripoff, or reference to the original sequel set entirely in Haddonfield Memorial. Bull fucking shit.
Another thing about Rob Zombie stated that he did not want to do Halloween 2 in the first place. He had no intention of doing Halloween 2.
Except one of the producers, which Rob Zombie, won him over, says, you can take this in your own direction, your own way.
And boy, does it show here.
Oh my God! He destroyed the fucking franchise. And it's kind of weird that it's taking almost a decade for a new Halloween movie to show up. And guess who was also producers on this film? The fucking Weinsteins.
Oh, yeah. Well, they're the executive producers.
Now, folks, I got my list of notes. And we're going to start from the very beginning.
It opens up with text.
Okay, the very first shot of this movie is a definition of the white horse. Yeah, he wants to shove this down your fucking throat more than Vince McMahon wants to shove Roman Reigns down your throat. A white horse, linked to instinct, purity, and the drive of the physical body to release power and emotional forces, like rage with ensuing chaos and destruction, except from the subconscious psychosis of dreams. What kind of fucking horse shit is this?
Except from the psychosis of someone's dreams.
Right away, from the very first fucking scene, we're in trouble. Wait, so it's not a unicorn. And shut the fuck up. So then we get Deborah Myers, played by Rob Zombie's wife, because it ain't a Rob Zombie movie if she's not in it looking glamorous.
Yeah, so the hospital.
Oh, I'm taking like 800 photos of that.
So we get to the hospital where Sherry Moon Zombie is talking to Michael, and what Michael is talking about, I was to myself, yeah, because this is what I want to hear coming from some kid who gets his pleasures off killing people.
Yeah, Michael Myers discusses about having a dream of his mother dressed in all white, looking like a beautiful ghost, walking down a hallway with a white horse while there's a statuette of a fucking white horse right in front of him.
Because that's what I hear out of Michael Myers, right?
Mm.
And not to mention, Michael Myers looks so happy to be there. Like, I remember, okay, in the first Rob Zombie remake, Michael Myers is mostly quiet and expressionless with how he talks. And this one, he's actually happy talking to his mother, wishing that he could go back home.
Oh, they go back home in a way, but we'll get to that. Then we cut 15 years later. We get Laurie Strode walking down the middle of the street in the middle of the night, holding a gun in a shock, just trance. Sheriff Brackett aids and takes the gun away and helps escort her to the hospital, where she's screaming nonstop, being fucking obnoxious, being a fucking just a wheezer. She's just wheezing all throughout this fucking movie, and it's irritating. And this is where we get torture porn of Rob Zombie, because it shows, do not humanize Myers. Thank you, Look Nookum.
Yeah, we get the constant shots of doctors who are just like, kind of scanning just like close-up shots of the blood and all the
like in-depth details. This is torture. I told you, this is white trash fucking torture porn of Rob Zombie. That's exactly what this shit is. And we get gruesome shots of her injuries, and then we go back to Michael Myers getting photographs and being put in a vehicle with some other bodies, right? And they're getting transported to God knows where. And then
these doctors talking about wanting to rape Linda's corpse.
Okay, folks, I had this down fucking word for word. Two guys, Corner Hooks and Gary Scott, they're fucking bitching and complaining of how heavy Michael Myers is. He's like, yeah, it took 6 individuals to pick him up. And then we get Scott, who's probably one of the most sickening fucking characters ever. Why? Because that's how Rob Zombie is. He can't write nothing else, because he's fucking white trash. And this is what he says, word for word. Did you get a look at that naked chick? Oh, man, she is F-I-N-E fine. And he says this with a creepy-ass tone. He goes, yeah, she still looks fresh. Heard a story about a couple of meat wagon boys fucking corpses over in Essence. They never had the urge till tonight. I wouldn't do it, but still, she still looks good with them titties hanging out. I got wood just zip-locking her up.
What kind of doctors talk like that?
And then the other doctor, they're not really doctors. The other guy, he says this. What's the difference between jam and jelly? You can't jelly your cock up a dead girl's ass. Ha ha ha! Very fucking funny, zombie!
And then while they're laughing about their sick sense of humor, all of a sudden, cow!
And they just... Also, he's like, cow, and they just crash into this fucking cow because the cocksucking dumbass wasn't paying attention. He thought his joke was so clever, and the cow gets fucking just destroyed, blood and guts going every. This is more torture porn, And
then we spend a minute,
at least a minute or two, watching. Oh God, what was his name again? Watching Richard Blake as Gary Scott. Was it the cow from Twister? Okay, I'll admit that was pretty funny. He's just, he just sits there. He's just annihilated. So is his buddy, and he's bleeding and gagging all over the place. And he says the word fuck non-stop for like a minute or two, and it's so cringe.
This movie has so many uses of the word fuck, it makes Quentin Tarantino look PG.
Well, no, that's another trope of Rob Zombie. Look at the Devil's Rejects. That has like over 500 uses of the word fuck. Okay. And then also, and you know, while he's playing for help with the stupidest fucking mannerisms, and then Michael Myers wakes up, right?
With no blood on his mask somehow after being shot through a hole in his eye.
He got shot in the fucking head, and which, by the way, is a big plot hole leading later on. We'll get to that, especially for the unrated version. He kicks the back doors open, and he grabs a piece of the glass shard, and then he takes the doctor or the doctor who was still alive, and he cuts his fucking head off with it, and showing it in gruesome detail. More fucking torture porn. And here's another problem with this movie: many of the people who he kills are fucking pointless.
It's like Halloween 2, except that makes sense because it's in the hospital where the main setting is throughout the whole movie.
Throughout the whole movie.
That I can give credit to with Halloween 2, the original Halloween 2.
Yeah, he cuts his head off, showing the nasty, grisly details. I'm just like, fuck you, Rob Zombie. And then he sees in the distance his mother, Deborah, looking like a white ghost with a white horse, walks up to her. And why? God. This is why. Because his mother, okay, Michael Myers is motivated throughout the visions of his mother and his younger self, telling him to kill people.
Okay, I just want to say this real quick. Okay.
Oh my God.
I'm not going to draw comparisons to the original Carpenter series because this is Rob Zombie's own universe, although it seems like he's in a different universe while making this fucking movie.
No shit.
However, I will say, in the first Rob Zombie remake, even though so many bullshit happens, I just maybe not care about it, at least Rob Zombie was going for, like, you know, a more grounded, realistic, you know, horror film like the original Halloween. With this, as soon as the white horse comes in with his wife looking all enchanted like Tilda Swinton from Narnia, you have turned Halloween into a dark fantasy. I'm not serious when I say you're making the likes of Halloween 3 seem more realistic, Rob Zombie.
Oh, and this movie pulls a Halloween 5 and 6.
Yeah, Halloween 6. Like, remember when Halloween 6, Michael kills people not because it's in his blood, it's in his nature, because he was controlled by sacrilegious people in black hoods.
Yeah.
And in this movie, he kills people because he is guided through the spirit of his mother and his younger self.
Which is younger self wearing a clown costume.
Like
fucking pretentious and stupid. And then, okay, we cut back to the hospital where Laurie wakes up, and then we have Octavia Spencer,
who plays a character named Octavia.
Okay, by the way, I caught this. The other person working at the desk accidentally calls Nurse Daniels Octavia.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, the PA says, Nurse Daniels, report in this room, please. Oh my God.
You know, and the other desk calls it a night, and Octavia is all there all by herself. I'm just like, what hospital fucking has that? I'm sorry, it doesn't. That is true. Okay, this is true, John Wick. Rob Zombie originally planned to direct a third Halloween movie called Halloween 3D.
That's right, yeah. What?
Oh my God.
But that failed.
Yeah. Okay, so Laurie finds Annie, which is played by
Harris, who played the girl in Halloween 4 and 5. I loved her in Halloween 4, and even though she couldn't save Halloween 5, she was actually pretty good in that.
And then, Laurie, she's walking around, she can barely fucking move, and she, she's hooked onto this IV and everything. She finds Annie. Wait, which that whole killer killing because of the mother's orders. Where's that from? Friday the 13th movies. Thank you, Luke Nukem. He really is. So, and then Octavia finds her and she escorts her back to her room, but her name was called to be reported to the emergency room A, and Laurie claims, "Oh, no worry, I'm fine." And Octavia just leaves her be by herself. I'm just like, what kind of fucking hospital is this? And then 5 seconds later, she's like, I need help. And she's bitching about she needs something for her head because she's dizzy. I was just like, oh yeah, you were fine. And she just lets you be, even though you're in critical condition.
And then you scream for help.
Yeah, okay. And then Octavia returns, and she starts spitting up a lot of blood, and she starts yelling like a fucking maniac. She's like, she sounds like one of the fucking Smileys from Manhunt. And then comes the big man himself, Michael Myers, with that big traditional knife, right?
And so there's Laurie Strode like right there, like 5 feet away from Michael Myers, but no, this is Rob Zombie. So we gotta have Michael Myers stab Octavia Spencer 12 times,
over 12 fucking times, and it's just gratuitous violence. The audio is just so over the top with his stabbings. I'm just like, dude, she's already fucking dead. Why are we doing this? Because it's a Rob Zombie movie. He loves violence. And then his last stab was in the back of her head. I was just like, oh yeah, the icing on the cake, I guess. And as Laurie's making her way or escape down the stairs, she sees an old woman dead with her eyes gone and a gash in her head. And then Michael Myers is following her, right? And then Laurie desperately she's outside where it's pure raining. She's trying to shimmy on this beam while grabbing onto this fence, but she slips and she falls in this. I'm like, what fucking hospital has this?
She falls into a pit of dead people.
A huge, like, metal iron garbage bin of fucking dead corpses. I'm like, only in this fucking movie.
Don't you have body bags?
I'm sorry, they don't do that shit at hospitals.
Don't you have body bags and just save it for funerals? What about you don't care about the families of the dead people?
Oh my god. Oh, we'll get to that, Brett, about a particular character who exploits them. Oh my god.
Okay.
Myers then grabs a fire axe, and then Laurie tries to escape the front gate, but it's chained shut, and no one's at the front gate checkpoint. And when Laurie opens up the window to get inside, I was like, yeah, those locked doors really do help. All of a sudden, Buddy the Night Watchman shows up. I'm just like, yeah, he's going to get fucking brutalized by Michael Myers, because every character in this movie is either a screaming, bitching lunatic, a victim, or white trash sex object. Almost every fucking character.
He's the first of many characters who says, it's all right, it's going to be okay. Who gets
Yeah, and, Laurie hides in the, he shows up as Lord hides in the, front, and he's like, here, drink some of this. It will help you calm down. He's like, I'll be right back. I'm just going to get my car. I was just like, you could have just pull up your car right by the checkpoint, don't you think? And he comes back, he's like, sorry, it took me so long. This whole car doesn't want to start. And I'm just like, I'm surprised that no one called him about an updated, like, what happened in the hospital or anything, because apparently Olivia Spencer is the only person working in the fucking hospital.
Octavia,
what her fucking name is. Good job, Emperor James. Oh, yeah. Hey, Romy.
And then Michael comes in and axes a Buddy once. I'm surprised it's only once. What, he couldn't do it?
Well, he hits him so hard that he starts, like, moving the fucking thing up and down, and you can hear the gratuitous violence.
And then Michael, for whatever reason, doesn't axe the door. He just looks around. It's a small warehouse, Michael. Where else could she hide?
It's a small, like, guard hut, like a small front gate hut, right? He's just walking around. He's like, and they play. What song were they playing throughout this? That song, Gary. What's the name of that song? They played it in the movie Casino, where Robert De Niro and Joe Pesci were talking in the car.
What was the name of how did it go?
Oh, fuck. I don't... It was like, do I love you? Oh. That song. What's the name of that song? Oh, fuck it. I'll just move on. So... yeah, and he's just going around, playing peekaboo, and all of a sudden he just goes fucking apeshit and almost Kool-Aid's through the fucking wall, and he pulls out Laurie, and as soon as he's about to swing down with a final remember what he said? He claims everything will be fine. Remember?
It's love,
Everything-
love me the way you do. No,
Love me the way you
love me the way I love you. I believe it's saying
Yes.
Oh.
They were playing this song throughout the whole time she was in this fucking hut. And as soon as Meyer gets in and about to hit, okay, and by the way, this has some of the worst camera work I've ever seen.
Yeah, Rob Zombie thinks he's Paul Greengrass by having so much shaky cam.
Yeah, which no, you're not. I mean, it's not terrifying. It's just nauseous.
You're more like Olivia Megaton when it comes to shaky cam use.
Very. And then when he breaks in and he's about to hit the final blow on Lori, she wakes up out of the bed, terrifying. So for the first 25 fucking minutes, 25 minutes of this unrated version, it was all a fucking dream sequence.
Which makes no sense. I mean, why would Lori fantasize about two paramedics wanting to rape a dead corpse and Michael walking towards a mother that she never even met?
I don't know. And I thought Super Troopers 2 was bad. That was only 10 minutes. This unrated version was 25 fucking minutes. Almost a 25% of the whole movie.
That's not the only dream sequence, though, but we'll get to that.
Oh, no. So, October 29th, 2 years later after the incidents of the first movie, Lori proceeds to take her medication, and she looks, and she lives in environment fucking trailer trash. That's what it is. Her bathroom is covered with these heavy metal posters. They're all wrinkled up, spray paint tags all over her bathroom, and she's got
not a good
stickers.
experience, which is not the best idea considering she had a traumatizing experience after shooting Michael Myers. So why would she have all this shit hanging all over her walls?
Which is weird because in the original, it was Dr. Loomis that fucking shot him.
Right.
Okay, in the bathroom, in the window and the stickers. These are some of the stickers of what they say. Wake the fuck up. Heart-shaped happy endings. I'm not joking, you folks. And the system's fucked. And then we're cut to Sheriff Lee Brackett and Annie, who Lori is living with, played by Danielle Harris, who played the young girl in Halloween 4.
And Chucky himself, Brad Dourif, played Brackett.
And they're talking about her troubles, about her nightmares, being in a hospital,
So we
and
get,
then
so we get the first glimpse of Laurie Strode, Rob Zombie pulling a 180.
Oh yeah,
characters in the first movie.
No, he pulls a 180 with everybody in this movie.
We'll get to that character.
I mean everybody in this movie, especially Michael Myers himself. He turned him into a fucking dumb hobo.
I know, but here it's like, okay.
God damn it, Gary.
Even though Scout Taylor Compton is no Jamie Lee Curtis, in the first movie she had the personality, the Girl Scout personality, and the virgin personality of what we remember about Laurie Strode. And I didn't mind her in the first Rob Zombie remake. Here,
oh my gosh,
in an interview, Rob Zombie stated that he wanted to put Laurie Strode in a quote-unquote dark place.
Dark place. And you know what else he said? He wanted to make this movie more realistic and dark. I'm just like, realistic?
My horse in there. What are you talking about?
Realistic? We'll get to that, yeah.
Oh,
A hobo with a shotgun. Oh, okay. I will say this: Rutger Hauer was the best thing about it. So, and when they bring up about her therapist, and when they say everything's going to be okay, Laurie turns into the biggest fucking bitch, man.
Yeah, by saying one fucking day at a time. No, if I hear that fucking phrase one more time, I mean, she just fucking sits there. My God, I couldn't stand her in this movie.
Oh, fucking, I despised her. Now, next scene, she's in therapy. She's talking about her troubles with.
And the therapist is played by Lois Lane herself, Margot Kidder.
I was like, she should fly away and be in a better movie.
Yeah,
Superman.
She's better off flying behind some lazily obvious blue screen effects in Superman 4.
Yeah. About how it's nearly Halloween and her troubled relationship with Annie and the the horrible vision she has, and then she directs her attention to this big photo that's like used in like psychiatric care or therapist. When like what do you see in this photo? And it's like this huge picture, right? And the therapist replied, she goes, "What is that?" And the therapist replies, "That is whatever you think it is. The theory is that this ambiguous stimuli here will bring your subconscious through the light, illuminating them." I'm just like, pretentious horse shit. And what does Laurie sees? A white horse.
Rob Zombie, I'm watching a Halloween movie. Don't bring that shit to Halloween, okay?
Oh my God.
And then after that, we cut to what should be the best part of the movie because he was the best part in the first.
He was the only redeeming quality of the first movie, and here
Malcolm McDowell. We get Malcolm McDowell's Doctor was like, okay, Malcolm McDowell returned as Dr. Loomis. This should be the best part because it was the best part of the first remake.
Oh no.
Rob Zombie pull a 180 on him.
Dude, he is one of the biggest fucking assholes to ever grace the fucking screen. He's deplorable.
Yeah, so in the first zombie remake, Malcolm McDowell as Dr. Loomis is a doctor who actually cares about learning and studying the mentality of certain people. And of course, yes, he did write a book. But he wrote the book based on his personal experience and want to share the world like how evil certain people can be. Here, he wrote the book as if he is. Oh my God, he's like.
Oh, we'll get to that. Okay, so we're now introduced to Dr. Samuel Loomis, played by Malcolm McDowell. He comes out of this rich limo with fancy clothes, this fucking stupid rich attitude, with an assistant who couldn't act any more over the fucking top. And then he's like, Here's some of his dialogue. He goes, "Did you mention journalists, cool and positive at the same sentence without throwing up? Quite an oxymoron."
That's Rob Zombie, going after the people who despise his other films.
Thank you. I said the exact same thing. I was just like, that is like a subtle message of Rob Zombie lashing out on the critics.
And I thought M. Night Shyamalan had it bad with Lady in the Water.
And then this is what he says next. He's looking at his assistant. And he goes, "Look at you. Are you color coordinated? What are you? What are you, a clam digger or something?" And I don't mean that in a lesbian sense.
What?
Wow! What the fuck? Please. God damn it! God damn it! Oh my God! Hey, Tom and many other guys. I figure. Wait. So Loomis was trying to be Tony Stark? No, because at least with Tony Stark, he's a funny smartass. Okay.
Yeah. But
this guy is a fucking despicable cocksucker
who exploits his victims for fame and glory.
Yep. Okay, and then he starts to bitch, whine, and complain about the photograph they're using of him because his nose is too big. I was just like, oh my God. Okay, so now we get back to Laurie, who, despite looking like fucking trailer trash and acts like it, she's driving a 3000 GT car, which is a very nice fucking car, by the way.
Right.
And then, yeah, she works at this fucking okay, most of these characters are stereotyped up the ass. And we get introduced to Uncle Meat's Java Hole. It's a hipster place where he sells a bunch, he's against the man, right? And fuck government, all that bullshit, right? Oh, so bad. And then Laurie's talking to Maya about future plans. And Laurie mentions that, let me scroll down my notes here. Laurie mentions that she's not down with the whole costume concept thing. And then Maya replies, "Think of it as this. It's so lame that it's totally cool again."
What the hell does that even mean?
This is some stupid hipster bullshit. And speaking of stupid hipster bullshit, here comes their third friend named Harley, who is the biggest biggest fucking asshole slut in the world.
And what is the first thing uttered out of her mouth when she comes in the door?
What up, dick lickers?
My God. Even the biggest emo teen girls wouldn't talk like that.
No! Who fucking acts or talks like that in this movie? Why? Trailer trash. That's Rob Zombie for you. That's how every single one of his fucking movies are. It doesn't work in a Halloween movie. Just doesn't.
No.
They're supposed to take place in a suburban area, and you're having them doing this stupid white trash shit. Fucking Scott Steiner would hate this shit. You know how bad he hates white trash. Okay. So, and then what did they do next? They play this music, and they all act like fucking nincompoops while they're working at a store. I was just like, God, fucking kill me. So Dr. Samuel Loomis.
Oh God, this is where we get a real showcase of what Loomis is in this movie.
Yep. So he is the author of the novel The Devil Walks Among Us, and he's asking many people's questions. Well, before he did a speech that was so fucking cringe, dude. It was just like, wow, really? And he starts to lose his shit when discussing the fact that if Michael Myers is still alive, since a body hasn't been found, and he's like, Michael Myers is fucking dead. You hear me?
Do you brain dead gossip muggles want me to spell it out for you? DEAD. And I was like, aren't you supposed to be the brilliant doctor who studies the mentality of certain people? If so, then you should know that Michael Myers might be still walking about.
Yeah, especially due to the fact there wasn't a body. The body was gone. If you don't have fucking body to showcase the evidence that he's dead, then he might not be fucking dead. It's that simple. It's very. Oh my God! Keep talking. I need some water.
I'm gonna say this. Loomis in this movie makes Loomis in Part 5 likable, because even though Donald Pleasance, Dr. Loomis in Part 5, likes to torment Jamie Lloyd, for Michael, at least Donald Pleasance knows that Michael Myers is still lurking about. I get credit for that. Here in this movie, he is a money-grubbing jackass who cares about fame and glory. He doesn't care if Michael Myers is alive or not. Bravo, Rob Zombie. You turned one of the coolest characters in any horror film into a likable dickwad. Bravo, Rob Zombie. Bravo. I support your music, okay? I don't support your movies.
Oh my God. Okay, I had to get some water. Okay, yeah, that scene was just bullshit. Okay, okay, and then we cut to Michael Myers. He's walking in the fields towards his mother as the white ghost. Here we go with this bullshit again. And then and then his mother replies to him, Michael, Halloween is coming. You have to get ready. We're counting on you to bring us home this year. And then it shows Michael as a child speaking on behalf of the older Michael Meyer in his clown suit. Oh my God.
Now at that point, Rob Zombie, like I said, Halloween 3 is more realistic than this shit.
Oh my God. Hold on. Give me a second, man. I need it. Okay. Speaking of fucking redneck white trash, the next scene. We're now focused on more redneck bullshit as Michael Myers is walking through the field, and here comes these 3 fucking rednecks. 2 of them are like hillbilly type fat dudes with beards, and there's a hot chick in the middle. And then they get out of this car, get out of the truck. It's the typical redneck truck with the antlers on the fucking hood and everything. I was just like, what the fuck, dude? And
I think
one of them.
I think the people of Duck Dynasty would be offended.
And no, Bray Wyatt and the Wyatt family would be offended. So One of them has a crowbar. The other one has a fucking a baseball bat. And one of them goes, oh, they threatened to beat the fuck out of him if he ever steps foot on this land again. And one of them says this, and I'm not kidding. He goes, he is big as he is dumb. He's about 7 feet of fucktard.
What?
By the way, the guy who plays Michael Myers in this movie, he's actually a really big guy. He's like 6'8", 6'9". He's a really big dude.
Sabretooth for the first X-Men.
He's Sabretooth. Yep. Okay, and then they proceed to beat the fucking shit out of him, one with a crowbar and the other with a baseball bat. And he's getting the shit beat out of him while his back is turned. You know, I guess he is big and dumb. And the woman tries to come out and try to separate him. You know, it's like, hey, leave him alone, okay? He's suffered enough, yada, yada, yada. And as soon as they go back in their truck, Michael Myers rises up, puts on the mask, gets behind one of the rednecks, and slices his fucking eyes with the thing. And then he goes to the other guy, guts the fuck out of him with it, and impales him on the antlers that's mounted on his truck. And then Myers goes to the other guy with his eyes slit out, repeatedly stabbing him, you know, just to show more fucking torture porn. And then goes after the lady who had nothing to do with this. And I love it how when Michael Myers, she hears him scream, that causes him to stop stabbing the guy in the back. He breaks the fucking window, and she's like scooting back for her life. I was just like, you could have just opened the fucking driver's side door and run. But no, she cowers in the corner of this truck, and then he pulls her out with a hair and stabs her multiple times. And I'm sitting here thinking to myself, what was the point of this?
Yeah, this whole scene is like, what does that have to do with the actual film, Rob Zombie? Oh yeah, just to showcase your fetish. Even Nicholas Winding Refn would say, dude, you need to calm down.
He would! Holy shit, he would! Oh my god. Yeah, Meyer, tons upon tons. This is just fucking despicable, insulting, mean-spirited blood and guts torture porn that has the Halloween name stamped onto it.
Exactly. And then Michael, lurks around the truck, and then he sees a dog in there.
He sees a dog, and he's teasing it. And keep that scene in mind, because now Lori, Annie, and the sheriff are now eating pizza, in which Annie's like, oh, you didn't get whole wheat. Shut the fuck up, all right? And then you got Lori, she's bitching about the pizza having some meat on it. I was just like, oh, great. Another stereotype. She's a vegetarian. Yeah, and they play that fucking trope like, oh, you're eating dead animals. I'm just like, fuck you. Fuck you, movie. And then Sheriff starts doing starts talking about this story. He's doing this stupidest fucking mannerisms, right?
He's talking about Lee Marvin. I was like, what does Lee Marvin have to do? Yeah, Lee Marvin's a great actor, but what does this have to do with anything?
Because they were talking about starving Marvin and at least Lee Marvin. Oh my god. And then this showcases the connection between Lori and Michael and how they're connected both in spiritually, mentally, and physically, because this shows Michael Myers not only killing the poor dog, but gutting the son of a bitch, and he starts eating his fucking guts. Since when did Michael Myers became a cannibal like this?
No, carnivorous, because he's an animal.
But still, when does Michael Myers show that he's gonna fucking gut a poor innocent dog and eat his guts out? And while he's doing that, this causes Lori, because they're connected, to vomit her guts out in the toilet.
You know what the original Halloween is missing? After Michael stabs his sister, he lays down and just bites her flesh off. That's what the original Halloween was missing. It's missing that.
So stupid, man, I swear. Oh, okay, and then we get Michael. Hold on a second. Is this? Here we go with another fucking dream sequence. We get Michael Myers looking in the distance, his mother in a black gown with a neon white background. Her mother speaks to Myers saying that, hey, Christine, how you doing? Christine, the beauty queen. We get Myers Deborah saying that she can't come here anymore. She knows she can't come here anymore. Her time here is over. And then Michael wanted to show her something. And then it comes the night before Christmas minus 2.0. It's like the best way. You have this gigantic skeleton wearing the Michael Meyer mask, and you have this scenery where there's like this big diner, and it's showing it's showing all the Tim Burton rejects just eating and drinking out of this fucking chalice in this black and white bullshit. Okay, and then the little Michael says, "I found him. I found Boo." And it shows Laurie on the table, presumed dead. And then a bunch of hands just comes. Oh yeah, by the way, there's tons of jump scares in this fucking movie. Come bursting out of the table, coming out, grabbing her. She's screaming for her life. And this causes Laurie to wake the fuck up, realizing it's all a nightmare. While on the television, it's showing like this skeleton, going after this little person. I'm just... Okay, so the younger version of himself who instructs him that it's time to bring Laurie home. So he sets off to Haddonfield.
Haddonfield,
excuse me. October 30th. Oh my God. If Dr. fucking Loomis wasn't such a prick, this one shows it even more because he's getting interviewed by this hot blonde news reporter and he's flirting with her and all that shit. And he's in front of a particular house.
The Myers house. He's at the Myers house. And then his assistant, his assistant is the audience, okay? So his assistant saying, "Don't you think this is a bad taste?" And then Loomis, being an unlikable jackass, says, "When I want your opinion, I'll beat it out of you."
Yeah. And not only that, he says this. He goes, it's very sickening for his actions and the repulsive nature that he does in order to get praise and what he'll do for business.
Yeah, he said, "Oh, it's business, honey. It's business." Like, dude,
this is Dr. Samuel fucking Loomis. He would never act this way.
Like I said, it makes Loomis from Part 5 likable.
Yeah. No joke, it actually would. I need another joke. I already went through 2 of these. This is my 3rd one. Okay. Oh, trust me, folks. It gets worse. Yeah, there you go. Let me see here. Okay, we get another jump scare hallucination nightmare sequence. Laurie gets duct tape and a big knife, and he tapes Andy to the chair while she's sleeping. She puts on the clown mask and slits her throat. That sound familiar? And Laurie begins having these hallucinations that mirrors Michael, which involves Deborah's ghost and a young Michael in a clown suit. Her hallucinations and the jump scares go out of control. And she begins to act out of control, and she just wakes up before she was about to take a bath. I'm just like...
And then Annie comes in, trying to comfort her, and what she says, I was like, "Fuck you." Laurie says, "I'm sorry for being a bitch earlier."
Yeah, that's not the only time. And then we're back in therapy where she loses her fucking mind. She needs some stronger drugs. And it's just like, wow. This is just bad. Like, over the top acting bad. And then Laurie and Annie get into a horrible fight because why? She starts drinking beer because that's her new best friend, Couldn't be any more fucking cringe if you try. And then the next scene comes another pointless fucking sequence of more redneck trash.
The nightclub?
The world famous Rabbit in Red, home of Deborah Myers, mother of Michael Myers, the butcher of Haddonfield. And oh yeah, before that, Laurie Strode's talking to her therapist about how she saw this Frank guy dressed up in the Frankenstein monster costume saying these weird like things to her children while he's giving them popcorn. He's acting like a dumbass.
Yeah,
And that's the character.
Yeah, she's talking like, oh, these happy times. Like, why are you going to therapy? If it's a happy, normal life for you, then why are you going to therapy?
Oh my God. And then the guy who owns the place is named Big Lou, who he was shown on television as the Frankenstein monster, and Big Lou has this fucking stripper who's a massive trailer trash slut. And then you got this character named Howard, or Uncle Seymour's Coffins. I'm not joking. And you know, he's making these stupid ass jokes because he sees him on television, you know, looking like a retarded Frankenstein monster. And then Big Lou looks at him and he says this, I got a riddle for you. What does a stripper do with her asshole before she dances? She gives him $10 and tells him to take out the trash.
Seriously?
And then, you know, that gives him the warning, like, yeah, go out and take out the trash, you know. And what is Howard's reply? Enjoy the fucking herpes, old man.
Oh my God.
And as Howard goes back out to take out the trash, he encounters Michael Myers. We didn't see this coming.
And then he makes like a big stupid standoff moment with Michael. I was
Yeah, you know, Michael Myers, or AKA the big dumb fucking hobo. All right. Hey Gary, a fucking hobo. Okay. And he's telling him, hey, get the fuck out of my face. And he's trying to pass him, but Myers just steps right in front of him, you know, and then Howard takes a swing at his face, but it's not like he like sprained his hand. And then Michaels just grabs and does like a fucking Big Show choke slam to him. And he's bleeding out of his mouth. And then what does Myers do? He goes over to his face and he curb stomps his fucking face in such grisly detail until it turns into hamburger meat. Why? Because it's Rob Zombie. And while he's doing that, they show an image of his mother and a young Myers in a clown outfit looking down at the corpse as well, guiding him.
Yeah.
And then Michael Myers' mother is on the strip bar where she used to work, and she approaches Myers and saying, we're done waiting. Only a river of blood can bring us back together. It's up to you. It's always been up to you, Michael.
Then why would you guide him? It was in Michael's nature. It's in his blood. He kills people because he likes doing it.
And then we get back to Big Lou, who's with that fucking stripper. And, you know, he's like, you know what? Since it's officially Halloween, he's like, how about I fuck you? I'm the Frankenstein monster, right? So they're doing this fucking cosplay. He puts on the Frankenstein monster mask, calling the stripper the bride of Frankenstein. He's walking like, he's doing this stupid shit. Oh my God, this is so cringe. And he's gonna fuck her from behind, and he says this, I'm gonna give you my Jolly Green Giant. I'm like, fuck off, Rob Zombie. I can't believe this is a Halloween movie.
Jolly Green Giant.
And then he goes, Jesus Christ, and Michael Myers appears. And what does he do? He points a gun at Myers, threatened to fucking kill him, and instead of pulling the pistol, he charges at him, trying to pistol whip him. Yeah, let's go up. Let's charge against a fucking invincible 7-foot-tall monstrosity of a human being and try to pistol whip him. And what happens? He fucking chokeslam him through a table. And this is where the stripper tries to run for her life. And Myers is beating the shit out of. You fucking rotten ass. Yeah, and he's beating the shit out of Big Lou. And then here comes some more gory, grisly details where he breaks his fucking forearm where you see the bone sticking out.
Yeah.
And while the stripper sees Howard being hung up with Halloween orange lights in the middle of the strip bar, and you see his face completely fucking hurting. Here goes Big Lou, comes running out like at the look like a fucking chicken with head cut off, like, I'm like, what the fuck is this stupid shit?
And about that guy being hanged. Oh yeah. The stomp to the face is not enough. He might come back after that. So go ahead and fucking hang him.
And just hang him. I'm just like, okay. And Myers, he puts the final blows on these two people. He grabs fucking Big Lou, hits him with a shot in the head, kills him, and then he grabs the stripper, who's totally naked, by the way, because, you know, it's Rob Zombie movie, and repeatedly smashing her fucking face in this glass wall like at least 10 times, and her face is just turning to hamburger meat. And all of a sudden, you get, okay, and then Rob Zombie, and then Michael Myers looks in the camera, and part of his mask gets ripped off. You can see his right eye. I was like, okay. October 31st, Dr. Loomis's book gets released, and Sheriff reads his book, and he gets enraged about the shocking truth.
Didn't Loomis, bring that up to him in the first remake?
Yes, it makes me wonder, why didn't the sheriff tell this to Laurie instead of just hiding the truth from her?
And Loomis should have told her too.
Yeah. So they're both fucking assholes. And he's just pissed off because it was revealed in the book for everybody, including everyone's death and everything about what happened. And
so what? Not to mention, Brackett's okay. Before that, Brackett did see Loomis live on TV, and he was just incredibly pissed at Loomis. If so, then okay, you're just giving him money. You read the book. You bought the damn book. You're giving him money. Damn it.
Exactly. You're giving him business. And then Michael Myers, he sees a huge billboard advertisement of Loomis's book, and it says, he's still out there, rich and famous, all because of our pain. That's what his mother told Myers, who's still guiding him, even though she says, all up to you, Michael. Right? At Loomis's book selling autograph, we get this creepy-ass rabbit fan. He walks weirdly with his purchased book to get an autograph from him, which Loomis, he's just like, yeah, whatever. He's just writing the fucking autograph. Like, he don't give a fuck about these people. He just wants the money. And this is what he says. Make it out to Chet. Chet with 2 T's. Chet, the bringer of death. What? And then
he starts fanboying towards Loomis, and Loomis like, okay, that's great.
Yeah. And he goes, he's so much deeper than Dahmer and that bitch Bundy because he eats at the core of his victims' souls. Rob Zombie, how does he get fucking scripts to go greenlight?
But we're not getting Peter Jackson's Halo movie.
Or the Popeye movie.
Oh, we got the Emoji movie instead from Sony.
Or Dread 2. No, of course not. Okay, and then next is a father who shows Loomis a picture of his daughter, beautiful young lady, that Michael Myers killed. And he gets pissed because he exploits that into his book. And Mike Myers, and Dr. Loomis is like, I am sorry for your loss. I'm like, no, you're not, you fucking asshole. You just care about the fame and fortune. And then he goes into the outburst that leads him pulling out his gun, attempting to kill him while the guards prevent this from happening. And he's like, you're profiteering of the misery of others. And that's what he's doing.
Right.
He's exploiting them. And then this causes Laurie Strode, when she walks past, she ends up buying the book, and she starts reading it in her 3000 GT. And this causes her to go into batshit crazy. She goes home, she's road raging all over the place, screaming out fuck one by one. And the sheriff orders one of his deputies to guard the place and look after Annie because she's pissed off at sheriff because he knew the truth and she never told him. She goes, tell her that, tell sheriff that, I forgot what her real name is, something Myers.
Angel.
Yeah,
Angel.
her name is Angel. Yeah, tell the Angel says fuck you to Annie.
Okay, I was like, you have no right to go on that stupid ass rant, Lori. I mean, Annie and Brackett brought you into their house.
They brought you into a place to live.
And all you can do is just like throw a bitch fit?
I can understand she's getting mad, but there's no reason for you to just fucking leave in the way that you did. And, that causes, Sheriff to be just, concerned about his daughter. So he asked the deputy to watch her place, but the deputy doesn't want to because Annie kicked him in the nuts last time.
What?
Poof! Okay, and then Lori goes to Maya's house. She wants to crash there, and she gives her the book and tells her the truth about who she really is. And then here comes Harley coming out in the worst possible time because they're going to this party, right? And she goes, I'm a dude. Oh, no, she goes, I'm a chick dressed up as a dude who wants to be a chick.
And I'm just thinking to myself, no, Julie Andrews did that before Victor Victoria. You are not Julie Andrews, lady.
And then there's Lori. She's like all distressed and everything. And then Harley's like, God, what fucking died in here? I'm just like, fuck off, man. Oh my God. And it's just so fucking bad. And then we get the Newman hour with his sidekick Weird Al Yankovic. Oh my God.
A stupid. Okay, before that, I just want to say that was an awkward, transition to Lori's character. At first, she's incredibly pissed off that she's related to Michael, and all of a sudden she wants to party.
Yeah, she wants. Okay, I have this down. Okay, Lori wants to go out with her friends, get drunk, and party, and to escape how she's feeling because she just doesn't care anymore. So fucking dumb. And then the Newman hour with his sidekick Real Al Yankovic, and Loomis is there to promote his boat, and they just make an ass. They make him look like a complete ass because he is. Yeah. And then Dr. Loomis just storms out, pissed off, feeling humiliated. I was like, "Guys, what'd you fucking get, asshole?" Yeah. And then Will Al Yankovic is like, "Hey, Mike Myers, are you talking about Mike Myers from Shrek?" I'm just like.
No, Austin Powers said
Austin Powers. I was like, really? They had to pull that fucking joke. And then all of a sudden, it's Halloween night. Everyone's trick-or-treating, right? And there's this little boy dressed up as a clown. And he approaches Michael Myers. I was like, symbolism much? And he looks at it and he goes, are you a giant? Can we be friends? If I'm trick-or-treating and I see a fucking near 7 foot tall goddamn hobo, the last thing I'm going to ask him is if we could be fucking friends.
And then his mother comes and says, honey, we know not to talk to strangers.
And by the way, you get to see you see his face and everything. I was just like, oh yeah. That's another thing they ruin about Michael Myers is because he's an enigma. They did show his face in the original Halloween as Laurie takes the mask off, how she's fighting for her life. Right.
They still made it somewhat a mystery.
Exactly. This one, you already know what he looks like. He looks like a fucking homeless Santa Claus.
No. Make it like that because it's Rob Zombie, so make him look like Rob Zombie.
Oh my God, he looks like a giant version of Rob Zombie. He really does. Why? White trash. And now we're at this fucking Halloween party. That's filmed speaking of white trash, that's filmed to the brim of fucking white trash. People dressing up like, the costume characters, tons of naked chicks all over the place dancing because it's Rob Zombie. And then you have Annie being, I'm going to say this right now because she was being a miserable fucking cunt to this deputy. I'm like, oh my God. So she's like, oh, you know what? I'm in charge and yada yada. I was like, shut the fuck up. Yeah, and then we go back to the party and you hear these fucking rednecks making these stupid goddamn jokes on the mic and singing these songs. And by the way, singing the songs, there was a song that was I sent this to Brett. Hold on, I'm looking for it right now because I Oh God, where's the song at?
On Halloween bash.
Hold on, give me a second. I have to read you this song that was played because it is just fucking just insane. If I can't find it, I'll come back to it later.
That was Honky Tonk Halloween Bash. That's in the lyrics.
Yes. Oh my God, it was fucking garbage. I'll get back to it. So, yeah, and then Harley, she hooks. Okay, you talk about just fucking cringe. Harley finds a guy dressed up as the Wolfman. And I love how he says that he has this van called the Shaggin' Wagon where he gets a lot of pussy and shit. Yet the way he acts, I'm just like, you couldn't get a pussy from a blow-up doll the way you fucking act. Jesus Christ, dude. And hold on a minute. Yeah, and the Shaggin' Wagon, and the guy, he couldn't be any more of a fucking dweeb. And it makes me wonder, how does he manage to get all of this poontang in his Shaggin' Wagon, And then she takes advantage, and she's like, she says, talking's not working, okay? And then the other guy's like, okay, I'll shut the fuck up. And it goes into this montage when they're about to fuck until the guy had to stop because he had to piss really bad. We're like, well, we know who the next victim is. So, yeah, and, even though they're parked in an area where it shows there's a lot of people, he goes to this fucking tree and starts pissing, and here comes Michael Myers out of nowhere. Oh, before that, he says he has to pee really bad. And what does she say? Harley, she goes, who knows? She's like, hey, I can get down and dirty, because she claims she's in the golden showers.
Funny. Oh no! Before that, there was like the guy who was the host of this whole party making this big announcement, and he says, "What's the difference between a jack-o'-lantern and a blonde girl? Nothing. There is no difference. They're both expressionless and have no personality." I'm saying to myself, Rob Zombie wrote that line. Rob, isn't your wife blonde?
He also said this. It's like, hey, you and Jacqueline have something to come. You both have 3 holes.
And also, a blonde with no personality? Dude, have you seen Marilyn Monroe?
I don't know what to say at this point. I really don't. So he's outside pissing on a tree, and then jump scare. He gets killed by Michael Myers. He gets stabbed in the back, and then Michaels crashes through the back window. Another jump scare, and he chokes Harley to death. And then Laurie has another one of her dream hallucination sequences with Deborah and Michaels, when in reality, it was a fucking fake bear grabbing her from behind. And she loses her shit in the most over-the-top way. And the result is loud jump scares, retarded, it's like a strobe effect. Retarded camera work and all that shit. And then we go back to, okay, so I love how he kills Harley, and then it shows the deputy patrolling her porch near the front door, and then the sheriff is calling to check up on his daughter, and then the deputy leaves his post out in the middle of the yard to have a cigarette, and then Myers shows up from behind and kills him. I was like, wait, weren't you just at the fucking party? How were you able to get to here really fast? Can you teleport?
Well, maybe it's a spiritual mother,
And as Annie's about to take a bath, Michael Myers shows up from behind and chases her in this super slow motion bullshit. It's so painful. And then Maya and Laurie get home completely fucking drunk and wasted and annoying, and they're not aware that Myers is in the house with them.
The first thing Laurie shouts is, "I'm Michael Myers' sister. I'm fine." Seriously.
Oh my God.
There is no consistency to her character at all.
None. They go upstairs to discover the damage that was caused. Hold on a minute. Hey fellas, can't stay long because we were filming Round Fresh. Oh, no problem, Ride O'Toole. Thank you, buddy. They go upstairs to discover the damage that was caused while simultaneously displaying quick quick edits and cuts of what happened beforehand and like jump scare effect because jump scares worked. And then it shows Annie is brutally slashed and fucking beaten, and they're both flipping out like crazy. So he tells Meyer to go downstairs to call 911. And Meyer doesn't know what the fucking address is to her home, even though they're best friends, right? And she proceeds to go outside to see what the fucking address is by looking at the house. And Myers just grabs her from behind. Another jump scare, slams the door shut, and she gets stabbed and beaten repeatedly because Rob Zombie loves his gore. She gets brutally massacred. And then while Laurie is confronting Annie, she ends up dying in her arms. I was just like, I fucking couldn't stand her anyway. And then a loud bang happens as Myers breaks through the door going after Laurie as she makes her escape. And the police, including sheriff, arrive at the home because they got a 911 call from that address. And they discover the aftermath that unfolded where sheriff's daughter ends up being brutally massacred. It shows flashbacks of Annie as a child.
No. It's not Annie as a child. It's just a home video of Danielle Harris, holding a dog. That's what it is.
It's so manipulative that it's sickening. Very. Okay. We're getting close to
the tone. Not consistent with the tone.
There's
no consistency. First supposed to be a grounded horror film, then it's a dark fantasy with the white horse, and now it's this.
Now it's fucking this is stupid. Laurie is now lost in the middle of the woods. She's desperately trying to escape Meyer's wrath, right? And she encounters a road and starts screaming like a fucking lunatic for anyone to.
Before that, another cop walks towards you, Brat. Oh wait, no. Never mind. That's not yet. That's after.
That's after. And then she just collapses and falls onto the road, waiting for any car that passes by. And then this individual listening to white trash metal music. I'm not joking. I said the word white trash a lot, but I'm sorry, folks. That is the symbol. That's like that's like the theme of this movie.
Theme of any Rob Zombie movie.
Or any zombie, yeah. What? Come here, Lacey. And the guy helps her get into the car, and I'm just sitting here. Well, looks like he's the next victim. And he was.
The one who says, it's going to be all right. Okay.
Everything's going to be okay, yeah.
Okay, this is horror cliche number one. If your character says to the main character, it's going to be all right, that's a sign that he's going to be dead within seconds.
Either I'm going to be all right or I'll be right back. Hey, hasn't Wes Craven's Scream taught us anything? Or The Cabin in the Woods? Come on! So, he gets killed by Myers. He gets thrown through the fucking windshield on the goddamn horn. It's like almost nonstop. And then Myers turns into the fucking Hulk by flipping the fucking car over, and it starts rolling downhill with Laurie inside while the guy's body gets stuck at the car horn. The car horn is like, what the fuck? And as the car is set ablaze, my girl then takes her unconscious body into this abandoned shed. All right, folks, here it comes.
And then we get the other cop, talking to Sheriff Brackett, saying, hey, there's reports of people murdered. We should go. And by the way, just to let you know, that other cop who was talking to Brackett, that's Bill Fagerbaki, a.k.a. the voice of Patrick Starr.
Hey, SpongeBob.
I'm not joking.
No, we're not kidding, folks.
And I thought post movie SpongeBob season was a bad deal for him.
So the police discover the location and are heading their way. Laurie now appears to be now Laurie Struthers, or aka Angel Myers, along with Michael Myers, can see Deborah and the young Michael Myers. Why? Because they're spiritually connected.
Right.
And then it goes into this, and she goes, "Who are you?" And Deborah's like, "You knew who I am, Angel. Now repeat after me. I love you, Mommy. I love you, Mommy." Goes over and over and over, and then the Lord's like, "I love you, Mommy." I'm just like, oh my And then a big white flash of light hits the area.
Cops know where to find them? How the cops know where to find them? That's the thing.
Well, they say they knew the location due to eyewitness. I'm like, what eyewitness? He fucking killed them all.
Right.
Well, maybe it was a witness because of the car exploding that led to the shit. I don't.
Oh no! Before that, we cut back to Loomis watching him with the Newman hours, and that's
I have this. Okay. Okay.
Loomis thinks to himself, "Wow, I'm an asshole." So, of all the things, it's not your assistant telling everything that you're doing wrong. It's Weird Al Yankovic.
Yeah. You know, Loomis. Okay. Yeah. Hold on. I have it written down somewhere. Dr. Loomis sees what's going on in the news involving the situation, and this motivates him to go out and find this location, and he arrives there almost in no time. even though he's staying at this hotel, right? And the police have this whole place surrounded, right?
Yeah.
And as sheriff is using the microphone warning Myers to shoot, Dr. Loomis arrives right after the scene where he sees him on television. And this infuriates sheriff, and he goes up and he just knocks the fuck out of Loomis, and then threatens Loomis with his gun, claiming he wants to shoot him in the fucking head. I'm just like, what cop would act like this?
Well, it's Loomis who exploits the death of so many people.
I know, but I don't. What a police officer would take out a gun and blow his head off because.
And then Loomis tries to convince Sheriff Brackett, like, Michael can't respond to hostage negotiations. And I was like, I would be on your side, Loomis, but you've pissed me off so much.
Oh, God.
I don't care anymore. I don't
Yeah.
care anymore.
And
when
then
you
Loomis.
want me to root for Michael Myers to kill you, you know you done fucked up.
And then Loomis claims he can help, but Sheriff wants him out of there. Like, get him the fuck out of there.
And then
So,
Sheriff Patrick Starr, I'm calling him Sheriff Patrick Starr. Sheriff Patrick Starr tries to escort Loomis to the car. Like, no, I can walk. I'm like, oh, okay. Well, okay, because that's Patrick Starr playing him.
And then Loomis ends up, I don't know how he bypasses all the police, and he's right at the door with the shed. Okay? And then Loomis sneaks, and he's talking to Michael Myers, trying to confront him, while Laurie claims that the young Michael Myers is holding her down, when in fact, from Loomis's perspective, no one is holding her down. I'm just like, and then we get the line, "We are ready. Michael, take us home." Now, there's one of two endings to this. You have the theatrical ending, and you have the uncut or the unrated version. Okay? So let me go over the theatrical cut first. Okay? I just got to scroll down really low. If I can find the son of a bitch. Okay, here we go. Oh, give me a second here. Okay. Oh yeah, by the way, when Loomis goes in there, he goes, "I owe you this, Sheriff." You know, he runs in the cabin with Michael, has the captive Laurie. Laurie believes that the young Michael is holding her down, but of course, there's no one else in the cabin but Laurie and Michael. And the impression of Deborah gives nod of overall to Michael, and he tackles Loomis, and he just brutally murders him. Like slashing him in the face over and over, stabbing him over and over. I was like, more Rob Zombie gratuitous violent bullshit, right?
Yeah.
And stepping in front of the window while holding Loomis's body, who's pretty much dead, Michael is shot twice by Sheriff Brackett, and he falls into these spikes of some farming equipment. And then apparently released of the visions, Laurie walks over and tells Michaels that she loves him. And as soon as she tells him that, Michael, who's
Really?
I'm dead, yeah. And then Michael's about to stab Laurie, and then with a knife, and then he just drops dead. And this causes Laurie to grab the knife and stab the fuck out of Michael over and over and over. And then the shed door opens, and Laurie walks out wearing Michael's mask. And then she just falls dead, she with the knife in her hands, and then she just drops to her knees, takes off the Myers mask. And then the scene transitions to Laurie in isolation in a psychiatric ward, and all by herself down a bright white hallway where a beautiful woman like a ghost and a white horse approaches her. Gee, doesn't that sound familiar to what young Michael Myers said in the beginning of the fucking movie?
Yes.
And then she looks up and she grins, really, grins what she sees, and then the movie ends. That's the theatrical version. Let's talk about the unrated version, shall we? Holy shit, this is bad. This is undeniably bad.
Yeah, so after Michael crashes through the wall with Loomis, Rob Zombie commits the one sin about Michael Myers.
He fucking speaks.
Well, he says one word, but he says like die.
He's like die, because Dr. Loomis rips off his mask, and I think he said something like go to hell or something, and he just says die, and he just stabs him once in the gut. And then shows in slow motion Michael Myers getting the shit blown out of him like RoboCop. Just
why isn't anyone aiming for the head? Why isn't anyone aiming for the head?
Well, they did in the theatrical cut, and he falls into spikes, and he's still somewhat alive. I'm like, okay. And I love how he gets hit with so many bullets in slow motion. It looks so fucking stupid. And I'm thinking to myself, he couldn't survive that yet. He survived a gunshot to the fucking head in the previous movie.
Right.
Okay.
It's similar to the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles movies, where in the first movie, Shredder can survive falling down through a garbage truck, just crushing the fuck out of him. Yeah, when he becomes Super Shredder, he gets
piled on by wood and it kills him. Stupid. Okay, and yeah, Michael runs Loomis through the side of the wooden shed like American Gladiators. He rips off his mask and he screams out die. He stabs and kills Loomis. This leads to the police, shoot the everlasting fuck of Michael Myers in slow motion. And then Laurie walks out slowly, bypasses the young Michael Myers while he's on the ground, dead with the mask on.
Right.
And she walks over, slowly approaches Michael's knife. She picks it up with it in her hand, tightly grasped, and she heads over to Loomis. And this leads to the police shooting the fuck out of her.
That's Laurie Strode. They should know it's Laurie Strode. The girl that Sheriff Brackett took in.
And Sheriff's like, hold your fire. And she gets shot like 3-4 times, and she's on the ground, presumed dead.
And then we get the cover of Love.
Love Hurts. What the fuck? And this, and then going over the aftermath, and then we get the part where she's led into an isolation in a psychiatric ward. I'm like, I don't know how that makes sense, since it looked like the fucking cops shot the fucking bitch to death. And this,
I guess that implies she's inhuman like Michael Myers, even though.
Oh yeah, they kind of are, because remember, they're connected. Fucking right. Stupid. And the sequence.
It's still great as if she's the next killer.
The scene where it's going through the psychiatric ward that long is extended so much longer.
Yeah, so much. Yeah, a lot of establishing shots. Towards the hallway.
Yeah, of her and the white horse, and then she smiles and grins, and then the film goes into credits where it's showcasing black and white photos of the dead bodies Michael Myers killed. Rob Zombie, don't ever make a fucking movie again.
You know what he's planning on doing? He's planning on doing a biopic on Groucho Marx.
Oh my god. Seriously, what this movie was to horror is what The Hottie and the Naughty is to romance comedies, what The Master of Disguise is to comedies, what The Cat in the Hat is to fucking adaptations, what Jack and Jill was to like twin type films. This is the absolute worst horror film I have ever fucking seen. It takes everything of the original source material and he fucking kills it. He kills it like he did to all the people in this movie.
Even John Carpenter did not care for the remakes.
He fucking hated them.
And he hated Rob Zombie for lying to him, too.
This movie is fucking vile. It is so mean-spirited. It's ugly. It's despicable. It's distasteful. It's not a slasher film. This is a fucking white trash torture porn.
And as I said, this is worse than Halloween Resurrection.
It makes Halloween Resurrection look like H2O.
Or hell, you know what? AVGN's review of Halloween on Atari 2600 is a better treatment of the Halloween franchise. Yeah, where
Actually, it is.
he splatters Michael in the face with a bag of shit. That's a better adaptation of Halloween than this.
He gets the shit beat out of him by the kids, which is funny. -1 out of 5. This is one of only 10 films in my life I've ever given a -1 to, and this one takes the cake. Not even the remake of The Haunting can top this. It's that fucking bad. And that is my final words. Go ahead, Brett.
I'd say it's the worst movie of the 2000s decade.
It's up there.
Of the 2000s decade.
Oh, easily.
Of the 2000s decade.
And I didn't think nothing could top Twilight New Moon. And then I saw this bullshit. I was just like, Rob Zombie's like, hold my beer.
Rob Zombie, I love your music, man. You're an awesome rocker.
He is, but God, stay away from fucking movies, dude.
He should, yes. Especially to constantly cast your wife in these movies, and she is no help either.
Oh my God.
So,
folks, I don't know how long we've been going. And you know the sad thing is, this isn't my only rant.
That's right.
Earlier today, I had this distinct pleasure of watching Night School. What is Night School about? Well, it's pretty much the Fisted Anus of this year. Night School stars Kevin Hart. You put Kevin Hart in the comedy, and boy, does that fucking spell disaster.
Except Captain Underpants.
I didn't think it was that good, but I will admit it was decent for what it was. Night School also stars Tiffany Haddish and many other people you may have known, such as
Girls Trip.
Mary Lynn Rajgub, I think that's pronounced it, from 24, and many others, where Kevin Hart plays as Teddy Walker, who is a horrible student, and he dropped out of high school, claims that this is all bullshit, and he's like, I don't need this. I'm going to become successful and everything. And he ends up becoming successful. You know, he becomes he works at this really high and well-known barbecue. He's a barbecue grill salesman, and he's doing so good to where the owner of the place will give him the rights because he's that good of a salesman, even though his real son is a complete and utter fucking doofus. And what does he do to celebrate? Him and this. Oh, another trope about fucking Kevin Hart in comedies. He's an obnoxious douchebag fuck who he gets made fun of for racism and how short he is. Yep. And he gets the hottest fucking chick known to man that's way out of his league. Yep. The same rules applies here. And they're celebrating at the place he works at. And when he proposes to her, he gets out a bottle of champagne, right? I'm not making this up. And and when he pops it off, it hits a propane tank, the hose of a propane tank, sparking gas or unleashing gas in the area. And she's like, "Do you smell gas?" Like, I can smell gas. He's like, "Okay, go ahead and leave. I'll just check it out." And he turns off all of the grills, right? And when he plugs in something, it causes a spark, and the fucking store explodes, elevating him, going flying out of the store onto his fucking Porsche on the top of his car. I'm like, no, he would be dead.
Key to the Hill did that better. An explosion at the store caused by a propane tank.
Mm-hmm. And this was caused because he shot he took the cork out of a champagne bottle. So, having that job going to shit, he knows a friend who can help him out in some, because he's good at sales. But the problem is he needs his GED. So he goes back and takes night classes in order to get his GED. And the head principal who is there is an individual that the principal fucking hates Kevin Hart's character because he used to make fun of him. God damn it. Because he makes to make fun of him in school and everything, even to the point where Kevin Hart's character, when they were younger in high school, told him to show his birthmark, pull off his shirt where it looks like a third nipple. This is the type of humor in this movie, folks. And he goes to night school, and the teacher is played by Tiffany Haddish. Now, folks, how the fuck does this have a 28% rating on Rotten Tomatoes? It should have no positive ratings because this movie is fucking garbage.
So, is it better or worse than Super Troopers in terms of worst comedy of the year?
I don't think nothing's topping Super Troopers, but you could say this film shares a lot of resemblance towards Fist and Anus because in what fucking world would characters act or talk like this? In what world would this shit ever happen? Because it holds no logical or common fucking sense. How the hell are characters this goddamn stupid or complete incompetent asshole? This movie has 6 writers.
What?
This movie has 6 writers. And guess who's this directed by? Malcolm D. Lee, who did Undercover Brother, who did Girls Trip and Barbershop 3. But he has done some shit like this one and Scary Movie 5.
Oh boy. You want a good R-rated comedy that takes place at a high school? Watch Superbad.
That's a great one. That's a damn good one. Superbad is so good.
The Breakfast Club.
That's another. This movie is like if you took the Breakfast Club and Fist Fight and put it together.
That's yucky.
I'm sorry. Comedies and fucking schools don't work. Then you got this principal character. I'm like, oh my God, he's the worst principal character since Fist Fight, where he walks around the school with a fucking baseball bat. I kid you not. And he's trying to act like he's all, ghetto black, trying to be cool and everything. Even to the point where he almost says the N-word.
Oh, what?
And Kevin Hart, the reason why he's such a shit student is because he's got learning disabilities. Okay, he's dyslexic and a couple other things, right? So what does Tiffany Haddish do to help him get prepared to learn better? By beating the shit out of him in an octagon MMA ring.
Really?
I'm not making this up, folks.
Is Ronda Rousey there?
Wouldn't surprise me. This movie is bottom of the barrel garbage. This is one of the absolute worst fucking movies I've seen all year. This was just a gratuitous, complete, and utter fucking disaster. It is just asinine. It's unfunny. It's preposterous. And the film is filled to the brim of cliches. I mean, tons of cliches. This is a big, fat 0. I could not believe this shit. It's this year's Fist Fight.
Interesting.
Awful. Absolutely awful. And there's this other character, like when they introduce like who's who at this night school, oh my God, it couldn't be any more fucking cringe. Like there's this one guy, I forgot what his name was. He has like a nickname. His name is Big Mac, and his son is called Little Mac. I'm not kidding.
You know,
Little Mac? What?
there should be only one Little Mac in this world, and I think you know what I'm talking about.
Yes, Mike Tyson's Punch Out thing.
Yeah.
And then you got this other character who, okay, and believe it or not, there's a character who's going to this night school that you can see him on Skype. He's this guy. He's a prisoner. There's a sequence where he's asking questions, and all of a sudden he gets into a fucking fight with two other inmates. One of them he just shanks because he saw them coming, and he uses a shard, and he's beating the shit out of both of them. And then he sits there, and he's like, "Sorry, they got the wrong dude." And then they never talk about it ever again.
Really?
I'm dead serious. I'm like, first of all, a prisoner doesn't go on Skype to take night school classes to get a GED. This is so fucking bad. I haven't even gone over everything yet. That's how gratuitously bad this was. I was just at a loss for words. Big Fat Zero. This is easily amongst the absolute worst fucking movies of the year.
You done?
Yeah.
All right, I guess that's going to call it. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, and assholes and dickheads watching.
You can end a little bit earlier? Actually,
Yeah.
no, Gary. We're not going to.
Save it for next week.
You don't want to do the sugar list?
Next week. We'll do the first thing next week.
This isn't like you, Gary.
First, next week.
You were waiting for this, you stubborn ass.
I'm tired. Night time.
This was the sugar list. We're gonna go over the the best movies that focus around music. What the fuck? You were exploding in the chat of all of these films, and now you're just like next week. I went through hell and back with these two fucking movies. We're doing Sugarless right now.
We're okay. We can end in pain.
No!
Can end in pain and misery.
See, even the people are asking for it.
Nah, they're not. We
You fucking fat dildo.
Can end in pain and misery. Pain and misery. We can end in pain and misery. We'll be all right. You'll be okay. Well, all right. Next week. It's night time. Night time.
People want it, get back.
Night
Count
time.
Victor, BCW, Justin Williams, they're all on it. No nighttime. No nighttime. No.
Nighttime.
No nighttime. God.
Night
You don't even
time.
fucking yell that again, you son of a bitch. I'll be shitting yourself. Ooh, you felt more than your hair came out. You feel a little bit of a liquidy.
You said best music movies. I can literally give you a plethora.
Whoa! Oh no! We're gonna do it next week. We're gonna end the show in pain and misery.
Yeah,
Cock fucking sucker.
I know. I'm terrible.
Brad, what do you
Speaking
want
of
to do? Oh, there we go. Oh, that's what there we go. There we go. Woo! And this is why you're never getting an Asian chick.
That's why I was rocking back and forth, dude. I was waiting for it.
Yeah, rocking back and forth without an Asian chick in sight.
Oh, I had to shit really bad.
What the
God
fuck?
damn, dude.
Human metronome for a second there? What? That's what Hunter just said.
Oh, you want a plethora of some of the best music movies? I can give
No,
it to him.
no. You said we're gonna end the show. No, we're gonna end it.
All right. You want a plethora?
No, remember, we have to work as a team, not just you, Care Bear.
All right, next week. All right, ladies and
And
gentlemen, boys.
fuck you, you selfish cocksucker. That's right, you selfish cock. Okay, what do you? What? Tell me to shut up. Gary's being a butthole. Oh my god, it was Albert Einstein. They do look like Albert Einstein. E equals MC square, or as for lookers, E equals torn up banana nut shape.
So what are we doing? Are we gonna do it or not?
Now, if you're gonna be a selfish prick about this topic and not work as a team,
How am I being selfish?
oh, here's some films that can work. Excuse me, pay attention to me. This, and this, and this, and this, and this.
I could give the plethora.
You can give a plethora. We all have to give a plethora, Gare Bear.
What's your plethora?
That makes no fucking sense, you goddamn retard.
What is everybody's? Well, okay, go ahead. What is it? What is everybody's thingy majiggy?
I don't know, because they haven't been saying nothing yet because they're probably getting sick of your horse shit.
Then fucking talk.
How about you don't? Okay. Now, it's like I'm dealing with fucking, what about Whiplash? That does count.
Baby Driver.
No. Well, it has music in it, but it's not like centers around, the music life, per se.
This is Spinal Tap.
That is the first movie that came up to mind. This is Spinal Tap. Gary, you still want to keep this till next week? Gary, I can't hear you.
He's muted, that's why.
Gary, you muted yourself. Look, on the Google Plus.
I said keep going.
Popstar, that is a possibility, but I don't think it's one of the best. Actually, we'll save it for next week.
I have it on Blu-ray.
We'll save it for next week. I'm going to play Gary's game.
This is going as long as our Halloween 2 talk.
Yeah, I know, because I'm fucking with Gary. Gary? Miami connection. Gary, you muted yourself again.
See how I'm not saying anything?
Yeah.
I don't need to.
Okay, I guess then La La Land, fuck that movie. Okay, I guess that concludes this episode then. Mr. Garrison, sign us off.
I'm gonna hear what the people say.
Well, I asked for... one says yes.
That's one. Don't be quiet, folks. That's two.
Mm-hmm. Newsies?
I'll take that as a yes.
Okay.
That's four.
All right, I guess we'll do it then. Here we
All right.
go.
Continue.
Okay. The sugar list. Instead of going over instead of going over films that are absolute shit, we got to create the top 5 best films centering around music. And no, musicals don't fucking count. So, and the first film I would like to install in this, I'm going to get rid of all of my notes. I have all 3,000 of them. There we go. The Sound of Music is a musical. Like I said, they don't count. This is Spinal Tap. Rob Reiner directorial debut. It's a mockumentary following a band that is just absolute genius. Alrighty. Another one, Sing Street.
Yes, that's a great one.
Sing Street is the movie that no, fuck Airheads. Fucking hate Adam Sandler. Sing Street is the film that La La Land tried to be.
How's it trying to be? La La Land is an actual musical.
It's a musical. It's about a guy searching for his dream. that involves around the music industry, and he's bitching about like, oh, jazz this, jazz that, and I wasn't paying attention. I'm sorry. I think La La Land is one of the most overrated fucking movies I've ever seen. I know 95 to 99% everybody disagrees, but I don't give a flying fuck. Okay, what else, Mr. Get Back?
Oh, what
I
about
don't know. I don't know. What does everyone else say?
Walk the
Okay.
Line?
Walk the Line, and Ray. I gotta include Ray. Ray is a great one.
The Buddy Holly story with Gary Busey played Buddy Holly.
Buddy Holly story, yes, sir. Here we go. Whiplash, I will include that. That's a great one.
Crazy Heart. Crazy Heart.
Crazy Heart with Jeff Bridges that he won. What about The Wedding Singer? Fuck no. A lot of people are just Moana or Tangled. Those are like animated musicals. They don't really count. What else? Let me think here. I heard him. What else?
Was Elvis? Oh no, that's made for TV. That's made for TV.
Yeah, it's made for TV. Straight Outta Compton is a great one. Thank you.
Oh
Straight Outta Compton. Oh, here we go. Straight. Walk Hard. I don't know about that one. That's more like a parody, like a comedy. That Thing You Do. That's a great one. Shit. That's the Tom Hanks directorial.
Love and Mercy. Love and Mercy.
Gary would love that pick. Love and Mercy. That Thing You Do. Okay, I got This Is Spinal Tap. Finish that one. I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay. 1978, I Want to Hold Your Hand. I never heard of it.
Is that based on the Beatles song?
I have no idea. What, Gary? Gary,
What?
how come you're not speaking?
I want to hear what everyone else has to say.
Why, did I piss you off?
No, I just want to hear what everyone else has to say. I want to see what they suggest.
Coal Miner's Daughter.
Yeah, that's where Sissy Spacek won her Oscar.
Even though she should have been nominated. Was she nominated for Carrie?
Yeah, she was.
Saturday Night Fever. That's a great one. How the fuck did I forget that one?
It's not a music movie.
How is it not?
It has the soundtrack, but it was never really much of a music movie.
They go disco. It plays a big part.
That's going to a disco, but it wasn't surrounding music in general. It was surrounding a guy who meets a girl who enters a dance competition. It wasn't much of a music type.
Yeah, he's got a good point. Oh, Almost Famous.
Yes, that's my favorite Cameron Crowe movie.
That's one of my favorites of his. Wait, no, mine is Say Anything. I think he did that one, right?
Yeah,
Cameron Crowe?
That one's not a music movie.
I know it isn't. I'm talking about Cameron Crowe, Gary. God damn. What about the 2009 film Notorious? No. So bad. Almost Famous, but yeah, Almost Famous is a great one. But no, my favorite is Say Anything from Cameron Crowe. I think that's his best. Okay, what else? Alvin and the Chipmunk, you fucking troll. A Star Is Born. I have not. Wait, why did you ignore my answer? That song won an Oscar. What are you talking about? The one with the song "It's Hard Out Here for a Pimp." Oh, that's with
Yeah, that's Terrence Howard.
What was that movie called?
I know. Hustle and Flow.
Hustle and Flow.
Oh, speaking of which, 8 Mile.
8 Mile, I would not say it's more like it's just like a wrap off. It's not really. Wait, which one of A Star Is Born? I have not seen the recent one yet. I only seen the Barbra Streisand one.
Not the original with Judy Garland?
No, that one too. That's right. Which she was nominated for that, wasn't she?
Yeah, she was.
She should have been nominated for The Wizard of Oz, but that's a different story.
Yeah.
Why did you ignore my answer? I didn't know what you were talking about, James, until I read it through again. I was like, okay. So we got This is Spinal Tap, Sing Street, Ray, The Buddy Holly Story, Whiplash, Crazy Heart, Straight Outta Compton, That Thing You Do, Love and Mercy, Almost Famous, and Hustle and Flow.
Did you put Walk the Line down?
Walk the Line. Oh, there you go. Walk the Line, the Johnny Cash.
Oh, Dreamgirls.
Yeah, that's actually another good one. And I disagree with that one. So now that's 11, 12. Sweet Dreams, never heard of it.
Cabaret.
Cabaret.
It's that generation Dreamgirls.
Sweet Dreams are made of this. Jesus Christ, Hunter. It's the Pasty Klein movie. What? I don't know what he's saying. Gary, what do you think?
What?
What do you think?
I don't know. I can name you a bunch.
Well, you've been quiet this whole time. You were looking forward to this, and now you're not saying nothing.
Yeah, because I don't want to be selfish. So I didn't really give much. I can give you all the ones that's missing.
Okay.
London Town, I'm Not There, The Runaways, Eddie and the Cruisers, Selena, Sid and Nancy, Nowhere Boy, All That Jazz, La Bamba, Backbeat, Control, Pink Floyd's The Wall, School of Rock.
School of Rock, that's a great one.
Fidelity, Get On Up.
Get On Up was good, really good. I don't think it was one of the best. Pink Floyd's The Wall, that's a great one. Yeah, Gary's fucking pissed at me. I already know he is.
I literally gave you a bunch of them right there, especially Control, which is a fucking...
Gary, tell by your fucking attitude right now, and I can tell by your tone that you're not happy. I already know you. I know you, dude.
Would you say Guardians of the Galaxy is a music film?
No. No. What? Okay, so that's 1, 2, 3. Wait, Selena. Oh, yeah, that's Jennifer Lopez. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Okay, so we have 16 films. How are we going to compress this into 5? I guess you could say this is part 1, kind of like with the action films. So I'll leave that as it is. Wait, A Hard Day's Night? I'm not familiar with that one. So that'll be part 1 because we got a huge selection.
Footloose.
That's more dancing.
Yeah, that one's more of a dancing movie than it is with a music one.
I'm trying to think. I think that's pretty much mostly it. Wait. Star Wars because I had those singers in that bar.
Folks want me to give you a suggestion. Help was a good one, but I say Yellow Submarine mostly. That to me is my favorite Beatles movie.
The Yellow Submarine. Wayne's World 2. Wayne's World is more like a satire comedy of the 90s. Well, Bohemian Rhapsody isn't out yet, so.
Wayne's World 2 had Aerosmith, so I guess that counts.
Yeah. Yeah, Armageddon.
Oh.
You want to talk about overusage of the... They should only play that towards the ending. That's it.
That's my favorite Aerosmith song. I hate how they incorporate that song in the movie, though.
Because they did it so many fucking times.
I think fucking Liv Tyler comes up on screen.
All the Muppet movies. That's more of musical sing-alongs. Yeah.
Yeah, they're musicals.
Bird, the Clint Eastwood movie.
Yeah, with Forrest Whitaker.
Hmm. Oh, excuse me. I think that's pretty much all I can. Hiccups. All I can think of. So, and what time is it? It is 8 o'clock. Let's conclude it from there, and call it a win. And part 2, along with the worst action films that we did, I still have both those lists. So keep that in mind, Mr. Gabbear.
Great Balls of Fire. I was never really much of a fan of that one.
But anyways, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, this was episode number 16 of Flicks with the Dicks, and I hope you all have yourself a great time watching this particular program, enjoying all the bullshit that's been produced and procedure, and enjoying everything that happened and all that goes on, and we'll continue on until next week as we do episode number 62, and hopefully we have a guest. We'll just have to wait and see what goes down. So as always, ciao for now. And as always, here's a new catchphrase for you that I'm going to start saying. Remember to always stay slick.
Brady Boo.
Thank you guys so much for joining for this exciting episode of Flicks with Dicks. And I went over all the Halloween movies leading up to the new one. And I had to say this one for a very special one. It was, oh my God, it was a painful sit through.
Oh my God.
And I cannot wait to see the new Halloween movie. I'm very excited for it.
I am too.
Now I've seen and reviewed all the Halloween movies. So thank you all for sticking around for all that. So tune in next week, and I'll see you guys next time. All right, Jerome, take it away.
Absolutely. Thank you very much for all of you tuning in to episode 61 of Flicks with the Dicks. Tuning in to 62. I think we have a guest lined up. It depends if he's going to get back to us. Until signing off for Mr. Gapbear and Mr. Brady Boo. This is Romy Boy J Money saying stay tuned. And once again, motherfucker Rob Zombie and his garbage that he has unleashed upon the bullshit and how he ruined the Halloween franchise for nearly a decade. Now, if you excuse me...
Oh, thank you, James the Emperor, for that cameo.
Fucking cameo. Now, if you excuse me, I'm going to go and look up some 90s porn starring Stacey Valentine. Good day, everybody.